I think they have one of the most iconic logos, these two socks right here on the sleeve. I love keeping it simple, really fond of the font, and I think it's a really cool look.
To be on a card is really humbling, but also to be able to create cards. Never in my wildest dreams would I have imagined that this opportunity would come to me. But I always say, like, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. I was ready for this moment to be able to create these cards to the best of my abilities and to do this project justice. And so I'm super proud to be creating cards. You know, if you asked me when I was playing in 2017 or 18 if that was going to be a thing, I couldn't have imagined it.
I'm gonna go check out Food Truck Row. So, what did you guys get today?
Philly cheesesteaks.
Both of you got the same thing. Are they that good?
Oh, yeah.
Got a hot dog and some fries.
Just kind of basic ballpark.
Chicken bacon sandwich.
Philly cheesesteak.
Okay.
And some
Crinkle cut fries.
Okay, where are you guys from?
We're from Dallas.
Dallas. That's what's fun about baseball. It brings different regions together, not just the ball and glove and bat, but what we're eating.
Way back there, way back, Tatis at the wall, and he leaps and makes a spectacular catch. He brought that one right back into the ballpark.
That is 5 straight strikeouts now for Burke.
Sean Burke, 6 scoreless, 3 hits, 2 walks, 10 strikeouts.
Swung on and driven, high and deep, Contreras.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
I can't imagine transitioning from loving baseball cards to then knowing it's inevitably coming that you're going to be on baseball cards. What was that moment like for you?
Yeah, I think the first card I saw was when they did something for USA Baseball, and then now seeing my face, seeing me playing baseball on a card, it was surreal. It wasn't that it was that moment where like, wow, this is really something.
Ahead, he makes the catch, got a double play. He throws into second to turn 2. There's some gold for you right there, shining brightly in center field. Home run, Pete Crow Armstrong. Does it get any hotter than PCA?
It's his 4th hit of the night. It's his 3rd extra base hit.
Beavers right side.
Get through.
Base hits. Leave it to Beavers. The Orioles walk off the Braves. Oh, boy, did they need that.
Dylan Cease, a 1-hit shutout with 12 strikeouts.
Dylan Cease is must-watch TV every time he takes to the mound. Way back and gone! Salvador Perez. He's now the Royals' franchise leader in home runs. Into center, Phil coming on, dives ahead. He makes the catch, got a double play. He throws into second to turn 2. There's some gold for you right there.
Jung-Hoo Lee makes the catch.
He's all over the place this afternoon.
To lead off the fifth, Dylan Cruz into the corner. A lunging catch. Okay, I see you, Dylan.
Lopez will come home. The tag, they still got him anyway. Oh, that is a great play by Liam Hicks behind the plate.
De La Cruz is over, and he jumps, and he makes the catch. He got to a spot, reeled it in.
That's a laser to short, and a beautiful grab by Velasquez.
Albies over to first. Pete Alonso smothers it and floats it accurately. Gets a point and a head nod.
Great play, Kryler. The pick, the pop.
Throws him out with a scoop and save by Lewis. To right field, Suzuki back. And Seiya makes the catch.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
I got these Topps 1994 baseball cards, Series 2. I collect them like everybody else did back in the 70s. Eventually threw them all away. We didn't save them, and I'm sure they're worth millions now. Let's see what I have here. Ken Griffey Jr., probably the best baseball player I've ever played with in my entire life. Oh man, Lou Whitaker, Bobby Bonilla, Bo Jackson, the best two-sport player ever.
Rice, a 31 home run season, left-handed batting first baseman. Yankees 13 above 500, Cubs 15 above, 63 and 48. Here's the pitch on the way. It's low and outside for a ball.
First inning, powered by Invesco QQQ. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco Distributors Incorporated.
Sellout crowd on hand. Unbelievable atmosphere at the ballpark all weekend long. Here's a drive fouled off to the left out of play. I love last night's crowd.
Yeah, it was outstanding. You know, it was a great pitcher's duel the first, through 6, and then Nico with the big swing of the bat for the Cubs to hook one down the line. It was either an 0-2 or a 1-2 pitch that he hooked down the line for a home run, and boy, did that just got the crowd really into the game, and the Cubs ended up winning.
Fastball just missing. The way Rice took that pitch, almost like he expected it to be called strike 3. Just underway, 1 away, top of the first, no score. Lights have been turned on early in the afternoon. It's a little cloudy and overcast. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 call. This time Rice was called out on strikes. And that's out number 2. Back-to-back strikeouts for Colin Ray. And again, strikeouts are still sponsored by your Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. 2 down, and the batter Ahmed Rosario.
Well, I like what happened. So he got the first strikeout against Grisham on the change, and then he buzzes the heater in the outside corner for strike 3 at the knees against Rice. So 2 different ways of doing it, but boy, he is pumping strikes in there at the early going.
Rosario taking a strike. Ray, 8 wins, 7 losses. Big, likable right-hander from the state of Iowa. Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss. What pitch might allow him to strike out the side?
I think you could elevate a fastball. I would stay away from the pitch down and in to Rosario. He does have good pop in his bat, and he can hit that line drive that will cut through the wind to hit a home run. Say slider away. There you go.
Fouled away. He kind of reached for that pitch. Might have been outside. 71 degrees the game time temperature, sponsored by 4 Seasons, your trusted local experts for heating, air conditioning, plumbing, sewer, and electric. The 0-2 from Ray. Swing and a miss. He struck out the side. That will never go out of style. We go to the bottom of the first. 0-0 game. This is The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
The Cubs play here on 104.3 The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Chicago, Coom here. Stats don't lie. Want MVP numbers in a light beer? That's Yingling Flight.
Pitching. Oh, there's the volley floater, and it falls back. And listen to the crowd. And he says, all right, maybe I'll do it again. Yeah, here it is. Look at it. And he fouls it again. And Michael takes the catch. And Tony Hawk throws his hands in the air. And listen to this crowd go wild.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com. Games. Hint, hint.
Garrett Cole Cole on the mound. Pete Crow Armstrong leads it off and takes a strike. Cubs leadoff batter, Pete Crow Armstrong. We'll try to crank up a rally. Leadoff man presented by Benny's Beverage Depot. The veteran Cole coming back. Pete takes high. If Pete Crow Armstrong gets a base hit, Benny's Beverage Depot will donate $200 to service dog charities. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Now the 1-1, swinging a foul back. Ron, we've seen Garrett Cole in a Pirate uniform and now in a Yankee uniform. What's the plan against him?
Now he's good. You know, the thing about him that when you look at how he pitches, the fastball is always, he likes the high fastball. And it's firm and it's straight, but it's firm. It's 97, 98. He likes to use the slider down and into the lefty and down and away to the righty. The changeup, for the most part, stays down and away from the lefty.
Fastball up and away, 2-2.
And the one thing that where he's somewhat predictable, but he's got great stuff, is his location. If he's throwing a slider, it's on that side of the plate, down and away to the righty.
Here's a foul by Pete off to the left.
If it's the change like that last pitch, it's usually down and away to the left-handed hitter. So he really does a good job of locating with very good stuff.
This season he is 4-5, 3.57 ERA. And now the 2-2. Pete bounces one foul up along first, spoiling another good pitch. Cole missed all of last season, recovering from Tommy John surgery. He has been a good one. Cy Young winner in 2023 with the Yanks.
Yeah, from the very moment he broke into the big leagues, as we saw him in Pittsburgh, you knew he was going to be something. I think he's got 6 seasons, Pat, of over 200 innings.
Pete Crow Armstrong takes inside. As you bring up his first year with the Pirates, I remember he was a college pitcher early in the season with UCLA, got drafted, signed with the Pirates, and by September he was in their rotation. So it didn't take him long to acclimate. Here's a swing and a foul back by Pete. This is a good plate appearance.
Yeah, this is a great battle. You talk about 2 star players in the league right now going at it, and this last pitch, Cole's just like, I'm rearing back and throwing it as hard as I can, and it's in the middle of the plate, and Pete put a big swing on it. Fouled it back.
Pete had a big RBI triple in the 7th inning last night. Here comes the payoff pitch. Swinging a foul over our heads and out of play. Cole already up to 9 pitches, still facing the first batter of the game.
Well, he's continued the last 3 pitches to just rear back and throw fastballs to Pete.
No score, bottom of the first.
This one could go a long way if Pete gets another fastball in the middle.
Here's the pitch. Strike 3 called. Pete's going to challenge the call. Home plate umpire Scott Berry rings him up for strike 3. Let's watch it again. It is a ball. It's low and outside. Great challenge by Pete Crow Armstrong, and he gets a base on balls.
Ball strike challenge. That's sponsored by Northwestern Medicine, and that was close, that's for sure.
That system has really turned out to be a nice addition to this game, Ron.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying it because it benefited the Cubs on this particular play. As Seiya Suzuki will step in, and Seiya fouls it away. But it just seems to work.
Well, it works. It gets a lot of calls right, and it's very quick. The process is quick, so it doesn't delay the game at all, and that is a very good thing. What an at-bat by Pete, though, against some of the elite pitchers in our game.
He's being held by Rice at first. Seiya will take a strike, 0-2.
Cole doing a pretty good job of being very quick to home plate. Pete wants to run, you can see it, but Garrett Cole is very quick to the plate with Pete at first base.
Cole beat the White Sox on the south side this past Tuesday night. Here's a swing and a miss, strike 3. 97 mph. Pretty impressive for a guy who had major elbow surgery just a year ago.
Yeah, high gas, kind of a cross-fired fastball to the right-handed hitting Suzuki. Speed gun powered by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. That last heater, as Pat said, 97 miles an hour.
Michael Busch, the batter, he'll look at a strike. No score, bottom of the first. One away, Pete Crow Armstrong at first. Rice is holding PCA. It's a short lead by Pete. That's not a Steelers lead. Nonetheless, a toss over by Cole.
What he's trying to do, Pat, at first base is he's taking a short lead and trying to time that him going to home and trying to get more of a running lead, because Cole going to home plate has been very quick.
Pete dancing off the bag at first, not running. Swing and a miss by Busch. Cole just one fastball after another early in the game.
He's not real happy with Pete Crow Armstrong. He keeps looking over there at him as he gets the ball back from the catcher. He's looking, and you know he's not happy with what Pete's doing over there, but that's the job.
That's part of the deal.
That's
you want to
it.
distract the pitcher a little bit. Even a tiny amount could be a difference. Pete has his lead, not moving. Busch strikes out swinging. Nobody has put the ball in play yet against Garrett Cole. He walked PCA and now has struck out both Suzuki and Busch. In fact, not a single ball has been put in play because Colin Ray struck out all 3 Yankees he faced.
Feel like a Bosch prediction, brought to you by Bosch Power Tools. Feel like a Bosch. Yesterday with the Cubs win, and we talked about situational hitting. I think today one swing in the bat is going to change the entire game for the Cubs. And hopefully it's going to be a line drive at the left field scoreboard in the seats. You get Cole, he's going to throw a lot of fastballs in the strike zone.
Against the White Sox, 6 shutout innings, 7 strikeouts, 4 hits allowed this past Tuesday, and he got the win. Now Bregman will take up and in, ball 2.
Now left-handers have done better against him for power. They've hit more home runs. But they're only hitting 206. Right-handers, believe it or not, have a better average against Cole than the lefties.
Here's the pitch to Bregman. Hit in the air to right. Deep foul, slicing out of play. 2-1. Cole, 2015, was matched up with Jake Arrieta of the Cubs in the National League wild card game at PNC Park. Jake outdueled him. 4-0 the final. Kyle Schwarber had a home run that landed in the Allegheny River. Dexter Fowler also had a home run in that game. Here's the pitch to Bregman. It's a strike. And Jake Arrieta pitched, I believe, a 4-hit shutout to put the Cubs into the next round against the Cardinals. The Cubs would beat the Cardinals in that memorable playoff series before losing to the Mets in the NLCS of 15. It's hard to believe that's 11 years ago, Ron.
Right. Ball strike challenge sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. And the Cubs got that one right. Bregman challenged the pitch. It was up and in.
So it's 3-1 on Alex. Pete leading at first, not moving. The pitch hit on the ground to third, fielded by McMahon. Long throw and a good throw in time to end the inning. Cubs get a walk and nothing else. We go to inning number 2. 0-0 game on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Ian Happ. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
All my life, my mom sacrificed for.
What is it that kind of got you hooked as a foodie, so to speak?
My dad was really into food when I was a kid. He traveled for work and he would go to places all over Europe and stuff. He was in sales and I feel like he would come home and try and cook the things he ate overseas. And so as a kid, I was exposed to a lot of like stuff that kids aren't usually exposed to. And so I credit my dad for that.
They flip with the glove. That was not a good idea.
All he needed to do was try to get the lead guy by giving him a nice easy feed.
No, stay on your feet. No. I thought he was going to stay on his feet.
The Goose did not know that the game was starting. Maybe the Goose thought it was 6:45 first pitch time.
Oh, man, off the glove and off the dome. He said, oh, man, what happened? It's a moment that you'll never forget, and that'll be on the bluebird everywhere.
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
Just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, the baseball is not what we do, right?
Serves the #1 brand of siding in North America. James Hardie Building Products, siding with the Cubs. Learn more at jameshardy.com. That's jameshardy.com. Hey, Cubs fans, make history with your business in the Village of Bedford Park. To learn more, contact Adam Colopy at ACOLLOPY at villageofbedfordpark.com.
2 at Wrigley Field. Cubs and Yankees are scoreless. The second inning is brought to you by Seaglass Wines, official partner of the Cubs, bringing the California coast to you wherever you are. Huh?
All right, Zach. Zach will be along to work with Ron in the 5th inning. Zach back after working yesterday's game for the Chicago Sky. What a great call you made at the end of the game, Zach. Yeah. Very dramatic. Here's the 1-0 pitch on the way to Spencer Jones. A swing and a miss, and the count 1-1. If you need some throat coat, we've got some in the back of the booth there, Zach. Just worried you might overdo it there. Here comes the 1-1. Fastball is taken high.
Yeah, Paulie's got the lozenges and the throat coat today. Way to go, Paulie. Yeah, you'll be all right.
Colin Ray struck out the side in the top of the first. Here comes the 2-1 to Jones. Strike 2 called. Zach looked up an piece of info I was curious about. What is the most strikeouts to begin a big league ball game? The answer is 9 by Pablo Lopez of Miami against the Braves in 2021. Here's a swing and a foul back. Imagine going through the entire lineup and fanning everybody.
No, that's something. Yep, that's a good way to start the ball game. That's for sure.
Now, Jim DeShays working on television for the Cubs for many, many years now. He struck out 8 straight Dodgers when he pitched for Houston many years ago. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Ray has fanned the first 4 Yankees today. Stay tuned.
Now, it's been a couple different pitches to the lefties. It's been either the four-seamer or the changeup to get the punch out. And that time, he just threw that one right past Jones to get his 4th strikeout of the game.
1 away. Here's Jason Dominguez. 0-0 game. And Dominguez takes low and inside.
Defense. I'm sorry, Pat.
I was going to say, the thing I like about JD's 8 straight strikeouts, he had a teammate with Houston at the time by the name of Nolan Ryan. Who knew something about strikeouts.
Yeah,
here's the 1-0 pitch on the way in for a strike. And I tease Jim, I say, I'll bet Nolan never really looked at you differently after that 8 strikeout game. Yeah. Just something tells me.
You could walk by him and go, you get a lot of strikeouts, but you don't have this record.
Here's the 1-1. It's going to be outside for a ball, 2-1.
Just a little gloating, as you go by the Hall of Famer, right? There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Where you ask him, what's the most you've ever struck out to start a game?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Oh, gee, that's too bad.
Sorry.
Only 6?
Yeah.
2-2 on Dominguez. No score. We're in the 2nd. Let's see if Ray can get another strikeout. Just missed outside, ball 3. Last night's game, Ron, I thought one of the most important and exciting wins the Cubs have had all year. It came against the Yanks. It was on national television, a packed house at Wrigley. Came from behind to do it. The crowd was into it. Here's a swing and a foul back. Everything about it was sweet, the kind that you wake up the next morning and you're still smiling about that game.
Yeah, there's no doubt. A big game. Nico hits the big game tying home run down the left field line with an 0-2 or 1-2 pitch. Yeah, it was
strike 3 called. Dominguez out on strikes. That's 5 to start the game for Colin Ray.
Did I say 27 in a row?
Yes, sir.
We're closing in on it. We're 5 in a row. That's pretty good. Colin Ray with a little backdoor hook. Dominguez knew it.
Here is Jazz Chisholm Jr. stepping in. And he'll hit a pop-up foul and back out of play. Chisholm, nothing for 4 in the series. Cubs wearing their home white uniforms, the blue pinstripes all over, the blue hats, helmets, sleeves, socks. Yankees in their traveling grays, gray shirts and trousers. And now the 0-1 is outside. Deep navy blue would be the color of their hats, helmets, numbers, sleeves, and socks. It almost looks like charcoal color to me, but it is a deep blue, the 1-1. And it's in there for a strike 1 and 2. It sounds like the name of a song, Deep Blue.
Yeah, right.
Chisholm has a count of 1 and 2. The Yankees are feeling deep blue at the early part of this game. He challenged and it was outside, so it's 2 and 1.
And I mean, it's outside by not even the width of a seam of the baseball.
Now the 2-1 from Ray to Chisholm. Swinging a ground ball to second, one hop, sharply hit, gloved by Horner, throws him out. 2 perfect innings for Colin Ray, but he struck out the first 5 to begin the game. He's on his way to a good outing, possibly. We go to the bottom of the second inning. 0-0 game on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Spiegel and Holmes, great Cubs guests and more on your way home 2 to 6 on 104.3.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Starting with Ezekiel Duran.
2-2, and that ball's hit well. Goodness! Into the second deck. Duran's solo home run is 12th of the season.
436 feet for Zeke. It's a fastball, belt high, down the middle, barrels this, and it's a no doubt about it. Home run.
They started playing their home run music before that one cleared the wall.
The 2-2 got a piece of it.
Actually had a very good swing.
Oh, look at this. Here go the sprinklers. The sprinklers have fired. Pedro soaking wet.
He's laughing. Seems unfazed by it.
Oh, goodness.
His smile is so infectious around this ball club. I have never seen this happen
This
before.
is comedy.
Pedro's just taking a little shower.
This is absolute comedy.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
At 1:20 in the afternoon, up to the first 5,000 early arriving fans of the Budweiser bleachers, 21 years and older, will receive a Cubs 1990s replica jersey presented by Budweiser. Be sure to arrive early. Pat?
Ian Happ leads off the second inning, Zach. 0-0 game. Ian pokes it foul out of play. Every game at Wrigley before the bottom of the second inning, the Cubs have what is known as a military recognition. Today was SPC Paul Minks from the United States Army. The crowd gives him a nice round of applause as Happ will take a strike. And one thing I've noticed that Quentin Berry does, he's the third base coach for the Cubs. He takes an autographed ball out to the recognized military man or woman every single game. And I think that's a nice touch.
Absolutely.
Here's the 1-2 taken high for a ball, 2-2. I remember a few years back we got a good chuckle. There was a gentleman, a senior citizen in his 90s. Here's the 2-2. Happ swings and fouls it back.
Yeah, World War II guy, yeah.
And he was out there and he was getting a standing ovation and he was enjoying it very much. And he wasn't quite ready to leave when they said, your time's up.
Yeah, no.
I'm staying out here. I'm enjoying myself. Just leave me alone.
When you're in your 90s, you kind of call the ball on what you want to do, and everybody else got to go into your program. And 40,000 people just kept cheering for him.
But I got a good kick out of him. Here's the 2-2 pitch on the way to Happ. Leave me alone, Sonny. I'm having a good moment.
That's right, yeah.
Swinging the foul bat.
Oh, it's awesome. Defensive alignment, sponsored by Fitzgerald Equipment Material Handling. Learn more at FitzgeraldEquipment.com. Wind is blowing in hard from left field, so the ball to left and center really not going to carry at all.
Happ swings and misses. Strike 3. Third strikeout for Garrett Cole. Cole in his career 7-2 at Wrigley. 6-time All-Star Garrett Cole. He's been one of the best pitchers in the game for a long, long time. Here's a note, Ron, I saw. He's finished in the top 5 in Cy Young voting 6 different times in his career.
You know, right from the very start, you were talking about his very first year pitching for UCLA and then pitching in the big leagues in the same season.
Here's a breaking ball down low to Nico Horner, and the count 2-0.
And instantly, when you watched him pitch, as soon as he got to the big leagues, you went, okay, I get it. This guy's going to be here for a long time. And he has been.
Yeah, he fit right in. Now the 2-0. Nico hits a high pop fly to left. Racing in is Jones. Going out is the Yankees shortstop, and making the catch for the second out is the Yankees shortstop. We will identify him. Caballero playing short today.
Caballero's played all 3 infield positions in this series. Not first, but the other 3. And that just goes back to my point, the defensive alignment. You know, the outfielders are playing very shallow in left and in center because of the wind.
2 down, nobody on. Ramirez hits a ground ball to first, fielded by Rice. He will feed Cole to the bag. He led him almost like a quarterback hitting a running back coming out of the backfield. Score that one 3-1. Cubs go 1-2-3. It's on to inning number 3. 0-0 game. Cubs and Yankees on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey, Cubs fans, it's Craig Collins.
Dives ahead. He makes the catch. Got a double play. He throws into second to turn 2. There's some gold for you right there. Shining brightly in center field.
Home run, Pete Crow Armstrong. Does it get any hotter than PCA?
It's his 4th hit of the night. It's his 3rd extra base hit. Beavers right side.
Get through his heads. Leave it to Beavers. The Orioles walk off the Braves.
Oh, boy, did they need that.
Dylan Cease, a one-hit shutout with 12 strikeouts.
Dylan Cease is must-watch TV every time he takes to the mound.
Way back and gone! Salvador Perez. He's now the Royals' franchise leader in home runs.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Top 3 at Wrigley Field. Cubs and Yankees are scoreless. Cloudy, 71. A hard wind blowing in from left. Time and temperature sponsored by Circa Sports. Sports betting the way it should be with no bet fees. And because the wind, Pat, it feels like 66 degrees here at the friendly confines.
Yeah, it almost feels like a hint of autumn is around the corner, Zach. You're right. We go to the 3rd inning. Ryan McMahon, left-handed batter, lines a base hit to right. Solid one-hop line drive to Suzuki, the right fielder. Leadoff base hit for McMahon. First base runner of the game for New York. And the batter is Jose Caballero. The Dodgers are in tomorrow night. So Quite a heavyweight homestand with 3 against the Yankees and then 3 against the Dodgers. Night games tomorrow and Tuesday. Caballero, right-handed batter, 2 for 6 in this series, takes inside for a ball. 7:05 starts tomorrow night and Tuesday. Cubs have not yet announced their starters. That's common. You get to this time of the year, you see who's ready to go and see how today's game goes. I think Ron might have some late breaking news in that regard. Deep drive to left center. That's trouble, and that's going to be long gone. Jose Caballero, a 2-run home run, and the Yankees lead 2-0.
Now, we were talking about at the open, the wind howling in from left field. And the only balls that are really going to reach the seats in left and left center is that line drive ball hit very hard at the video board. And that's exactly what Caballero did. He hit a line drive bullet halfway up the bleachers in left center.
His 11th of the year. McMahon scores ahead of him. 40 RBIs for Caballero. And the Yankees lead 2-0 here in the third. Still nobody out in the inning. Austin Wells, the left-handed batting catcher, will poke one foul back out of play.
Getting back to so this came right as we were going on the air, Patrick. Matthew Boyd's going to pitch game 1 of that series, Javier Assad game 2, and Shota Imanaga game 3, and that came literally as we were starting our broadcast.
Very good. Thank you, Ron. Wells with a count of 0-2. Of course, the Dodgers making a big splash, acquiring Tarek Skubal from the Tigers. A couple of days before the deadline. Here's a pitch outside for a ball. No real surprise. You can't really say that anything the Dodgers do in terms of acquiring top-notch talent is any kind of a surprise anymore, Ron.
No, you really can't. You really thought for Skubal there were only going to be a couple teams that were really going to be after him. There was talk about the Cubs. There was talk about Milwaukee. But to me, you look, and the Dodgers have had that track record of doing that. The Yankees also, and the Cubs were in the mix. But, he ended up in Los Angeles.
Chopper foul right side. Now we have the Dodgers starters. This is somewhat tentative. I say that because of that acquisition of Skubal. We might see him in that series. Good chance. We're hearing that Tuesday night would be a good bet. Tomorrow, Justin Robleski, a left-hander, will start for L.A. Now, Eric Lauer had been penciled in for Tuesday, but I think that's been changed. There's a chopper foul. What do you know, Ron?
Well, there's been a report from a couple different people, Jesse Rogers here being one of them, that Skubal has been said he's going to pitch on Tuesday, is what Jesse had sent out there. So we will see. If Jesse's wrong, we'll make sure he knows that here in the next couple days. But no, I'm kidding. Jesse's a great friend. No, he's a really good buddy of all of ours. So we mess with him on the air a little bit. But he is a great guy and a great reporter.
Yeah, if he writes it, you can take it to the bank.
Absolutely. Yeah, we got some great ones that have some unbelievable connections. Jesse, Bruce Levine. You want to know what's going on in our game? You get to talk to them too. You got it.
Roki Sasaki is scheduled to pitch the Wednesday night game, or the Wednesday afternoon game, I should say, for L.A. So night, day. That's the format. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. 3-2 on Wells. It seems like Wells has been up there for about 2 days. Now the pitch from Colin Ray, and Wells takes outside, ball 4. Nobody out in the inning before Grisham steps in. We step away 10 for ID. This is The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Covering the Cubs and all of Chicago's teams, Mully and Haw, mornings 5:30 to 10 on 104.3 The Score, WSCR, WSCR-FM, and HD1 Chicago.
Tommy Hotovy will head to the mound after the first 2 innings were about as sharp as you'll ever see any starting pitcher. as Ray struck out the first 5 Yankees and worked a couple of perfect innings. But all of a sudden, he's run into a buzzsaw here in the third. A single by McMahon, a line drive home run by Jose Caballero, and now a walk to Austin Wells.
Yeah, and you want Colin to get back in that zone and stay on the attack. He's been so good so far. Third inning brought to you by Consumers Credit Union. People in your corner who stand up for you wherever you go.
Zach Zaidman watching the news line to see if there's any trades consummated today. Tomorrow will be the big day, you would think. Invariably, that last day leading up to the deadline is when about 80 to 90% of the transactions take place.
I'm going to guess the guys that are running baseball operations around the league in the next 24 hours aren't going to get a lot of sleep.
Probably, yeah.
There'll be a lot going on.
Now the 0-1 to Grisham. He'll take outside for a ball.
Coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Every once in a while, Ron, you see a unique 3-team trade involving several players. And now the 1-1 to Grisham is popped up shallow left. It's really on the infield, and in foul territory, Bregman makes the play off of third base. Foul ground, and that's the first out in the inning. I mean, it's hard enough for 2 teams to get together with a trade. You get a third team in.
Yeah.
I would love to have either the transcripts, I mean, well after the fact. You're not going to give away any of your information now while the players are still active. But, you know, from, say, 10 years ago, I would love to hear or read the transcripts of those 3-team deals and how many conversations and how did that all work out. It's hard enough to make a trade between 2 clubs.
Yeah, isn't that the truth?
Here's a pitch down low to Ben Rice. And you think about all the calls and all of the discussions that went absolutely nowhere.
Yeah, right? You know there's a lot of that.
There's a strike and the count 1-1.
I know this time of year, I always think about this time of year because this is how I got to the big leagues. I got traded from AAA to the big leagues at the trade deadline and the final hour of the deadline.
So you went straight to the big leagues?
Yeah, from AAA to the big leagues, yeah.
Here's the 1-1. It's in there for a strike. So you kind of have a soft spot in your heart for the trading deadline.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of August 1st. Yep. That's what the deadline used to be. I remember playing in Tacoma, Washington, probably 800 people on one of them cold, rainy Northwest days, to flying the next day and playing at Jacobs Field in front of 45,000. A little different.
For the Minnesota Twins?
For the Minnesota Twins, yeah.
So you went from the Dodgers
minor leagues to the Twins in the big leagues.
Minnesota.
Correct, yeah.
I would say that was a game changer.
Yeah, it sure was. That was a happy day.
Who was the Dodger third baseman ahead of you at that time in the big league?
Tim Wallach. So I got traded the year before that to the Dodgers, and Timmy had some back issues and then got healthy, and he's a great player. You know, hit 30-some home runs, and very good. Great guy, great player. You know, and he just gets stuck behind a guy, and you hope you get moved somewhere else where you can get to the big league, and that's what happened.
2-2 on Ben Rice. The lead by Grisham, or by Wells at first. Tossed to first, not in time. Wells diving back in. 1 away. Rice struck out looking his first time. 2 runs in on the home run by Caballero. And all of a sudden, Ray is up to 51 pitches after just 2 1/3 innings. Now the 2-2 from the big right-hander. He will step away and look the runner back. He seems quite distracted by the runner at first.
Yeah, and I think for Colin Ray, I think he might be second-guessing himself, too, on what he's going to throw.
Rice, 31 homer man, swings and misses, strike 3. And that's out number 2. Second time he has fanned Rice. Sounds like something a chef would do, fanning Rice. But that is 6 strikeouts for the day for Colin Ray, and the batter is Ahmed Rosario. And he'll take outside for a ball.
Pat, the Cubs have announced that they've traded Jameson Taillon and cash considerations to the Blue Jays for a player to be named later, or cash considerations. Last week, Taillon was designated for assignment.
Be interesting to see if Jamison will get some pitching time and some starts for Toronto.
I would bet yes. I would think Toronto is also one of those groups that's talking about trading pitchers away.
Fly ball to right center, deep but playable for Suzuki. He's got it to end the inning. Jose Caballero hits a 2-run homer for the Yankees here in the third. They lead 2-0 going to the bottom of the third. On the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Nico Horner. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
Rev up the rewards at the pump with Club Citgo. Find exclusive ways to win big from sweet.
You know what happened in 2014.
A World Series win for the San Francisco Giants.
Look at how clean that is. The gold, I don't know if you guys know what the gold means, but the gold means you are the World Series champions from the year before. But it's the honor of a lifetime, getting to win back-to-back World Series championships with two different teams.
Three batters over the minimum for Drew Rasmussen, just 3 base runners in 7 shutout innings. And he did it on under 90 pitches.
His second home run of the ball game. And he sets a new career high. 6 runs driven in today.
The damage, it's been done. 2 home runs in the inning. Manny Machado ties the game with his 2-run shot. And then Jackson Merrill puts him on top. Padres lead it 5-3.
Abrams with 2 on the day. James Wood joining him with a multi-homer game. He's got 30 this season. And the Nats have double digits. It's 10-5.
Out the side for the 3rd time.
Day is done for Jacob Mizorowski. He's struck out 12, including the first 7 he faced today, a new franchise record. Through 66 pitches, over 100 miles an hour today.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Here at Wrigley Field, Jose Caballero with a 2-run home run in the top half of the frame off of Colin Ray to give New York the lead. Swanson to be followed by Miguel Amaya and Pete Crow Armstrong here in this bottom half of the 3rd inning. Garrett Cole is on the mound for the Yankees. And the first pitch to Swanson is a ground ball hit to short, fielded by Caballero. Sidearm throw across in time. Swanson's retired, 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd. Pat?
Okay, Zach, Miguel Amaya coming up. Yankees on top 2-0. A home run by Jose Caballero in the top of this inning. Amaya, .243 batting average. Let's see if Miguel can start a Cubs rally against Garrett Cole. And the pitch on the way. It's a strike. Ron, you might as well be in a swinging mode against Cole because he will throw strikes.
There's no doubt. You get the home plate, you might as well be ready to hit. His walk ratio, he walks very few. He's going to throw a lot of fastballs for strikes, and he's coming at you. That's the way you pitch 200 innings. You pitch aggressively, you trust your stuff, and you take your chances.
Now the 1-1 to Amaya. Fastball low and outside, 2-1. It's really been a pitching-dominated series between the two teams. New York winning the opener 2-0 on Friday. Last night's game 5-2 Cubs, but it was a low-scoring game until the Cubs got 3 in the 7th inning. And now today, 2-0 New York in the bottom of the 3rd. Cole, big, strong right-hander. Takes a little extra time before delivering the 2-2 to Miguel Amaya. Now the leg kick and the pitch. Lifted to right, slicing foul, and back out of play.
Good fastball. See, the thing with Cole, with his four-seam fastball to the righties. He gets a little bit of an arm angle going farther. Instead of it being right over the top, he gets a little bit to the side, and he crossfires that fastball at you, and you would think it's 6 inches farther away from the plate than it actually is.
Here's a foul off to the right, out of play.
The guy that was the very best at that when I was playing, and I only faced him a couple times, was a Chicago Cub, Mark Pryor. He had great angle to his fastball going away from the right-handed hitter, and it was a four-seam fastball.
There comes the 2-2 to Amaya. Hit in the air to left. It will not carry. Jones, the left-handed left fielder, makes the catch. And that's out number 2. Cubs trail 2-0. The batter now is Pete Crow Armstrong.
Now the wind blowing in hard. Any ball hit real high to left and left center is not going to go anywhere.
Every time I think about Mark Pryor, I think about what might have been in his career if he would not have had injuries. As Pete Crow Armstrong will swing and foul it back because he was off to such a great start. And he had that base running accident with Giles. Was it Brian Giles, I believe?
Yeah.
And Mark got flipped over and fell on his right arm. A very bizarre play. It was between first and second, and I still can't picture exactly how the play went. But he flipped over the body of Giles awkwardly. Here's a little pop fly into shallow right, racing in Dominguez. He's going to make the catch. But what might have been, had Pryor stayed healthy, I think he would have won multiple Cy Youngs. He's still in the game, pitching coach for the Dodgers, Mark Pryor. Cubs go 1-2-3. We go to the 4th inning. The score 2-0 Yanks. On the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Great Cubs guests all. Sitting beside Mike in the clubhouse, he's a huge card guy. Just watching him go through boxes and boxes of cards, I kind of got a little bit of the edge. You rip a pack and you just kind of get what you get and see what you see.
Yeah, so see what we got. Jose Ramirez.
Ready for Peralta.
Look at this one here, Joe. This is...
Oh, yeah, keep that off to the side right there. I mean, you got a rock, paper, scissors.
Really gets him.
1 of 25, Andrew McCutchen. This is absolutely beautiful. That is fantastic.
And there's a shot into left field. Stanton on his way around to score. And the Yankees are on the board. First, it's 1-0 New York. Bouncer headed up the middle, and that's going to get through and drive in a couple of runs. Cranked up and sent into the right center field gap. McMahon's going to score easily. They're going to wave Wills around. Plays to third. 5-0 New York. Another one head for no man's land, but Harrison Bader read it well. Former Gold Glover comes up to make a very nice catch for the guy they call Big G, who has driven in a run with the 3rd straight hit to open the 5th inning. Chopper for Jazz, hot shot, and he makes the catch. That got out there on a line, and he's telling Jose Caballero, "Did you see that?" I could watch Jazz Chisholm play. I mean, he plays with such joy. Only David Cohn, Ron Guidry, and Mel Stottlemyre had opening day starts of 6+ innings with 2 or fewer hits and no runs allowed.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
The out-of-town scoreboard is sponsored by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app. Save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up.
Ground ball right side, bobbled by Horner. That's going to be an error on Nico. He was backing up on the outfield grass. That ball may have hit the lip where the dirt and the grass meet, and it took an awkward bounce, and he couldn't handle it cleanly. Let's see. That's going to be E4, I believe.
Yeah, it's an error on Nico. And, you know, he was retreating on this ball, and the angle he took, he went straight across and then started backing up and got himself an in-between hop, and the ball, not only an in-between hop, but he didn't get his feet spread out to where he could really break down and catch it. And you're in an awkward position to hit him in the heel of the glove. Ends up being an error.
Jones reaches on E4. 2-0 New York, 4th inning. Jason Dominguez, the batter. A breezy Sunday afternoon. Wind blowing toward, I'm not sure if it's blowing out to right or just kind of in from left. It's going to be hard to hit a home run to left at this moment. The ball hit by Caballero in the top of the third, cut right through the wind.
Yeah, and it was right at the video board, the big video board and left, so that helps it.
Right.
It was a low line drive, so that kind of stops the wind from affecting the baseball.
The 2-1 from Colin Ray. Instead, he'll toss to first. Diving back in on his chest is Spencer Jones.
So checking the scoreboard, Phillies lead the Orioles 2-0, but that game has just gone into a rain delay at Camden Yards.
2-1 pitch is high for a ball. 3-1. Go ahead, Zach.
The Braves lead the Nationals, Pat, 3-2 in the top half of the sixth inning. Matt Olson with a solo shot, number 31 on the year for the Braves slugger. Lars Nootbaar, a ribby double. Cardinals strike first, a 1-0 lead over the Blue Jays, top of the seventh in Toronto.
3-1 pitch fouled away.
Z, real quick, do you know who's pitching for Toronto right now?
Let me take a look.
They are another team that they just got J-Mal. They got Tyone, and they're talked about trading some pitching away. So it would kind of make sense with them getting Jameson.
Bouncing ball toward the middle. Swanson will throw to first. They get one. Jones running with the pitch reaches second. Dansby, you can tell he was trying to get to the ball and possibly tag the runner, but he just couldn't get there quickly enough. He does get the man, the batter at first, Dominguez. Safe at second is Jones. And the next hitter is Jazz Chisholm Jr.
Max Scherzer started that game, Coom, and he went 6 innings, giving up 1 run on 4 hits, 5 strikeouts, 1 walk.
Thank you.
Other action, Guardians leading the Diamondbacks 5-0, top half of the sixth inning. Patrick Bailey, a solo shot.
Fly ball to left. Happ is going to snatch this one. And that's out number 2. I saw a note, Luis Arraez, the good hitting infielder, left-handed batter for the San Francisco Giants, scratched from a start last night. It seemed a little bit
he's
suspicious.
No doubt. He's on the block. There's a lot of teams that would love to have him. He's the league's leading hitter right now.
So the Giants protecting him, making sure he stays healthy so that they can pull off a trade, presumably for him.
Peralta, the starting pitcher for the Mets, got taken out of the game Friday and did not make his start.
Fly ball to left, pretty well hit. Back goes Happ over toward the line now with a play and makes the catch. Right near the warning track, near the line in left. And McMahon, or rather Caballero, makes the final out. McMahon makes the final out in the inning. Yanks don't score, leave 1. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. New York 2, Cubs.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Speaking of upper body commando, no shame in their game.
Oh, hit the bat, and then the bat hit the helmet. It's a trick shot.
The big kitty's here. Well, the therapy rabbit, you mean?
Oh! Error on Andy Rodriguez, the Pirates' first baseman.
It was fairly camped underneath it.
It's pretty cold down here, and I needed a hat. I didn't have one, so Mr. Met lent me his.
Oh, nobody caught it!
Boy, all sorts of communication issues between Rojas and Sosa.
Into center, Phil coming on, dives ahead! He makes the catch, got a double play! He throws into second to turn 2! There's some gold for you right there!
Jun-Hoo Lee makes the catch! He's all over the place this afternoon.
The lead off the 5th. Dylan Cruz into the corner. A lunging catch.
Okay, I see you, Dylan.
Lopez will come home. The tag, they still got him anyway. Oh, that is a great play by Liam Hicks behind the plate.
De La Cruz is over, and he jumps, and he makes the catch. He got to a spot, reeled it in.
That's a laser to short, and a beautiful grab by Velasquez.
Albies over to first. Pete Alonso smothers it and floats it accurately. Gets a point and a head nod.
Great play, Kryler. The pick, the pop, throws him out with a scoop and save by Lewis. To right field, Suzuki back, and Seiya makes the catch.
And at greatclips.com. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
League Leaders are sponsored by Gusto.
Suzuki lines one with gusto down the left field line, Zach. What were you going to say?
Something about Gusto.
Yeah, that was sponsored by Gusto, too. So League Leaders are sponsored by Gusto. Hire, pay, and grow your team with Gusto. Before we get to the leaderboard, Koo mentioned Freddie Peralta. And Jeff Passan of ESPN reporting that the Rays are acquiring Peralta in a trade with the Mets. New York gets 3 minor leaguers in return.
What are Peralta's numbers this year, Zach, if you have handy access to that data?
5-9 with a 4.99 ERA.
Not great. Swinging a foul back by Suzuki. Now, the years prior, he was very good and one of the elite pitchers in the league, but I don't think you could categorize him in that manner right now.
Now, sometimes the change of environment, too, can help a guy, and that's probably what the Rays are looking for or hoping for.
Cubs trail 2-0. Let's see if they can get a little rally going against Garrett Cole. Fastball away. 2-2 on Seiya.
So as for the league leaders, we've got a tie atop the majors when it comes to batting average. Luis Arraez of the Giants and Yordan Alvarez of the Astros, both hitting .328. Alvarez, the home run leader, with 35.
So he's the home run leader and the batting average, tied for the batting average lead.
Yeah, and he's third in RBIs with 82.
Got a chance for the Triple Crown, sounds like. Here comes the 3-2. Popped up right side. Down the line in right. Dominguez coming in. Foul territory, and that ball is going to be out of play. The way they were chasing it, sometimes you're glad a ball is out of play.
Yeah, with that wind blowing the way it is, you gotta. Any ball hit to right that high, it's going to end up probably in the seats. The wind is really blowing hard in from right field or from left field.
As a corner infielder, when you're running with your back to the infield, you get a little disoriented. Which way the ball is spinning and.
The other thing, you're running and you look down one time to see where you're at on the field. The ball could be way different than where you thought. Trust me.
Now, where did that ball go?
I
just saw it here a second ago and fouled away by Suzuki.
I can promise you, partner, it's not a good feeling because then the ball lands about 20 feet from you and you were like, I was right on that.
Fly ball to center. Going back is Grisham. Still going. It's over his head. Up against the wall. Leadoff double. Seiya Suzuki. Cubs get their first hit of the day. And let's see if that leads to a Cubs rally.
Well, Suzuki very strong, and when he hits one on the barrel, the ball jumps. Just a little cutter from Cole, and Grisham kind of starts back like he's going to make the play, and this ball just sails right over his head. And no chance as the ball bounces into the ivy.
Sometimes against the good pitchers, that very first run is the hardest one to get. Let's see if they can get on the board right now. Bush will take a strike. Michael wearing bright red batting gloves on either hand. Cubs trail 2-0 here in the fourth inning. Bush 1 for 9 in this series. The pitch by Cole. Loop fouled and out of play. 0-2.
That last fastball by Cole, 98 miles an hour and on the hands of Michael Bush.
This big crowd ready to make some noise. Cubs trying to rally to win the series. Here comes the pitch. Fisted foul again by Bush. Out of play. Cole doesn't waste a lot of pitches, I've noticed, Ron. He's pretty much business on every single delivery.
Well, the thing about him that's so impressive, when you look at his film and then you look at where his pitches end up, there is an absolute pattern because he doesn't miss his location very much at all.
Low for a ball, 1-2.
That last changeup, right where you want it, down and away, borderline pitch. The pitch is inside to Michael. were both right at the inside corner, right under the hands, right where you want them. To your point, he just doesn't. Very seldom do you see a pitch in the middle of the plate.
He's that rare combination of power and command. The 1-2, line to right, down the line. That's going to be in there for a base hit. Rounding third, heading home is Suzuki. He will score. And the Cubs are on the board. A single from Michael Busch. It's now a 2-1 ball game.
As we were talking about, not making many mistakes at all and throwing pitches where he wants. He throws a changeup, and that one stays up and in the middle of the plate. And Michael hammers this ball to right. This is a great swing by Bushy, taking advantage of one of the few mistakes from Cole in this ballgame.
Suzuki scored standing up. Cubs are on the board, trailing 2-1. And Alex Bregman will take a strike. Nobody out in the inning. And whenever the Cubs score, that always gets the crowd more into the game emotionally. The stretch for the 0-1. Bregman looks at a ball down low, and it's even.
Bregman in his last at-bat smoked one at McMahon at third, and he ended up throwing Bregman out from the outfield grass.
Busch a short lead at first, being held by Rice. And the 1-1. Bregman hits a ground ball to third. McMahon to Chisholm, over to first. Double play. 5-4-3 around the horn, twin killing. Quickly, 2 down, nobody on, and the batter is Ian Happ.
Now Bregman again pulls this ball, but right at McMahon at third. To Hopper, once he catches it, it is literally a game of catch around the infield.
Let's see if Happ can keep the inning alive. He struck out his first time. He takes outside for ball 1. It's been cloudy and breezy all day. Lights remain on. There's a strike to Happ, 1-1. The lights are on for a day game. The lights are powered by ComEd. Cole, a quick worker. The big right-hander brings it. And that's low and inside for a ball. I know we gave you the uniform descriptions earlier. Sponsored by Benjamin Moore. On the field or the walls of your home, the right team and colors make all the difference. Official paint of the Chicago Cubs, Benjamin Moore. The 2-1 to Happ. Veteran to veteran. Cole missing low and in. 3-1. Let's see if he gets something to pull.
Yeah, should get a good pitch to hit. Doubles by Cubs hitters, sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Reliable, comfortable, convenient. Southwest just makes sense. Yeah, I would be selling out to something where you can hook it.
Happ pulls a ground ball to the right side, fielded by Chisholm. Short toss to first in time. Cubs get a run on the RBI single by Michael Busch. We go to the 5th inning. Zach Zaidman joins Ron Coomer in a moment. Yankees 2, Cubs 1. Here on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Grounded right side. Heading toward the plate. And look at Kendall! Is he safe? Ho, ho, ho! How about that play? What a job by Kendall. Do you believe that one?
How about that leap over Hernandez, who had stretched out to take the throw?
That is unbelievable. Watch Kendall again.
It's time for the great mascot race. Ready? Go! And they're off. Look at them go. They're neck and neck. Listen to that crowd. It's the home stretch. Here they come. Here's the play of the plate. It's Fredbird. Congratulations on winning the great mascot race.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years.
Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
And he fouls back the first pitch he sees from Colin Ray. 0-1 the count. Bronx Bombers with a 2-1 lead over the Cubs. Caballero the reason why. A 2-run home run in the third off of Ray. Michael Busch, a ribby single for the Cubs in the fourth. Here's the 0-1. Caballero, check swing and a pitch off the outside on appeal. He went around, says the first base umpire, Manny Gonzalez. So Caballero in the hole, 0-2. A hard wind blowing right now from left to right as Ray sets above the belt, first base side of the rubber. The 0-2 is fouled back off the screen to the right. Count remains 0-2. It's the rubber match. Yankees took the opener of the series 2-0 on Friday afternoon. The Cubs with a late rally last night to even up the series. Ray peers in, gets the sign from Amaya, straightens up. He works his motion and deals. Just off the outside, 1-2, a breaking ball that missed. Caballero an open stance, right-handed batter. And the 1-2. Fouled away, second deck off to the right.
Say both of these guys today have very good fastballs. Cole, obviously, he always, in that 97, 98 range with his heater. Colin Ray's had a very good fastball also today.
The 1-2. A swing and a foul back. Change up from Ray. Count remains 1-2 on Caballero. Wind continues to pick up here at Wrigley Field. Just one of those afternoons. The 1-2. Pulled on the ground, foul off to the left. Another change up from Ray. 1-2 the count.
Now, yesterday you were absent. You blew us off, but for a good reason. You were doing the Chicago Sky game. You had a great game, great call to finish the ball game for them yesterday. A big win, right? Mm-hmm. Last second shot, very cool. Have to listen to you.
The 1-2 is in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count on Caballero.
So my big question is, there's a lot of names to know in a 24-hour period.
Yes.
Okay, just wondering. I was like, wow, okay.
After Friday's game here at Wrigley, the 2-2, Caballero hits a line drive, deep left center, but right there, Pete Carl Armstrong making the catch just short of the track for out number 1. The first out is sponsored by Xfinity, reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that. So as soon as Friday's game ended here at Wrigley, I went home, popped the computer up, and we started memorizing a lot of names and numbers.
Yep.
But I think we were ready.
Well, you were, absolutely. It was a great call, great ball game for them. Yeah, great game.
Austin Wells at the plate, left-handed batter. Ray delivers, and the pitch is hit high in the air. Deep right center field. Crow Armstrong under it, crisscrossing with Suzuki, and now it's Suzuki who makes the catch in right center. That gives you an indication of the impact the wind is having today, 2 away.
Yeah, when this ball goes up and it hits its peak height, Pete's under it. Then the wind, as the ball starts coming down, the wind gets a hold of it and really starts blowing it towards right, and it's a great job by Suzuki, even after Pete called it, to stay with the play, and as the ball got blown to him, then he called Pete off and made the catch. That's very, very good communication by Pete Armstrong and Seiya Suzuki.
Trent Grisham at the plate. He swings and lines one to left. Hat comes in. He's there, makes the catch just above his cap for out number 3. As the Yankees go down in order here in the top of the 5th. Middle 5, 2-1 Yankees on the score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Michael Bush. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs radio network.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Jim Thorpe's resume reads like a work of pure fiction.
So he's in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. He's in the College Football Hall of Fame. He got Olympic medals for the decathlon and the pentathlon.
He's the greatest at
I thought I was an athlete, Lindsay.
Thorpe finished his Major League Baseball career with the Boston Braves in 1919, where he played alongside an outfielder named Les Mann.
He invented this particular projector.
And this is not all he's done, right?
He started championing to get baseball into the Olympics. He finally succeeded for the 1936 Olympics, which was held in Berlin.
The German government had discouraged other nations from sending Jewish and black athletes.
We sent over Jesse Owens, and we sent over Mac Robinson, Jackie Robinson's older brother.
Trailblazers like Thorpe and Robinson certainly lit the way for countless others to follow. Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
The Cubs season ticket holder waiting list today. To claim your spot in the lineup for season tickets, it's easy and free to register at cubs.com/season tickets. Bottom 5, 2-1 Yankees. Nico Hoerner at the plate. Garrett Cole deals, and Hoerner looks at a ball off the outside, a slider that missed. 1-0. Nico's been red hot, hitting better than 460 over his last 7 games with 2 home runs and 8 runs batted in. Here's the 1-0. Nico swings, line drive on cue, base hit up the middle.
And he got the crowd into the game yesterday with I think it was an 0-2 pitch that he hit down the left field line for a home run and really got the Cubs back in the game. That tied the game, and now 1 for 2 today. Another line drive bullet right back through the middle.
Third hit of the ball game for the Cubs. 2-1 Yankees. No one out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Hoerner represents the tying run at first, being held on by Ben Rice. The batter, Pedro Ramirez. Cole delivers. Ramirez shows bunt, pulls it back, takes a fastball for a strike, 0-1. Third baseman McMahon playing in. He's an excellent defensive player.
Yeah, I think Craig Counsell would want Ramirez to be swinging here in this situation.
Cole takes a peek at first. The pitch. Ramirez, line drive to center, coming in. Grisham, and makes the catch. Hoerner's going to be safe at first. That ball bounced, and Rice couldn't backhand it. And it went past him and hit off the fencing in front of the Yankees dugout. Cubs catcher break. Nico was caught kind of halfway between first and second on that play as Grisham came running in to make the catch in center.
Yeah, Grisham comes running in, and Nico is kind of hung out there in the middle, kind of in no man's land, and you got to kind of find where you're going to be, and it's tough because the wind's blowing in. Grisham throws to first base is what the play was, and, Rice trying to stretch and keep his foot on the base is not the play to make. You go out and get the ball. Without the baseball, you got nothing, and the last thing you want is the ball to go in the dugout if you're on defense. So that was a mistake by Rice, but the Yankees got pretty lucky that ball did not end up in their dugout.
Now the catcher Wells heads out to the mound to have a conversation with Garrett Cole. 1-on-1 away for the Cubs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. 2-1 Yankees. Dansby Swanson due up. Swanson grounded out to short his first time up. He's 0 for 1.
Wells out to the mound to talk to Cole. And I want to say something about Wells. It's pretty cool. His catcher's equipment is patterned after and has the baseball card on the back strap of his chest protector of Yankee great Thurman Munson. Very cool.
The pitch to Swanson. A pop fly, shallow left center. Coming in is Grisham. Now the wind blowing it to center, and he makes the catch, angling toward right center. 2 away. I believe today is the anniversary of the day that Thurman Munson died in that plane crash in the late 1970s.
But this is his gear. When I saw it to start the game, I looked and I was like, wow, that looks like old school gear. And it's not old school gear, it's just old school colors.
Corner goes. The pitch to Miguel Amaya is dropped by the catcher Wells. There's a ball low, stolen base for Nico without a throw. And the Cubs now have the tying run in scoring position with 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Yankees 2 and the Cubs 1.
But the gear is, back in the day, everybody wore an orange chest protector.
Amaya looks at a strike.
That pitch in for a strike. And the cool thing, whenever you played for the Yankees in the old ballpark, the locker for Thurman Munson stayed. It never was taken away, and the number 15 stayed on the board, on his nameplate, as that ball's fouled away by Amaya. And I think for all of us who signed with New York and you didn't come up with them, and then all of a sudden you go to the home clubhouse, which you'd never been in Yankee Stadium, and then you see Thurman Munson's locker as you're walking into the Yankee training room, you're like, wow, this is pretty cool.
Cole looks at second. A long set. And now the 1-2 to Amaya. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Warner stranded at second base. We head to the 6th inning. The Yankees 2 and the Cubs 1 on the score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Talking Cubs Monday through Friday with Rahimi, Harris, and Grody. 10 a.m. to 2 on 104.3 The Score.
Lung cancer is common among East Asian descendants, especially females.
We understand.
Yes, Scooter, you made the phrase, holy cow, popular. So, at this time, Scooter, your friends have decided to present you with your own holy cow. I'm not sure that was rehearsed beforehand.
Jays on the board first. In one swing, Bobershek makes it 3-0 and chases Shohei Ohtani from Game 7. Breaking ball, and he was all over.
Appliance for expert advice, fast delivery, and the lowest prices every day on top brands like Electrolux, Frigidaire, and more. Visit grandappliance.com for full details.
We're going to play the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. If you can't find it at Benny's, it's probably not worth drinking. Zach, I'll get us going with a guess of 40,004. Ben Rice to lead off the 6th inning for the Yanks against Colin Ray. First pitch swung on and fouled at the plate, 0-1.
Coom, I hope you don't mind. I'll go second here and make my guess of 40,200.
Ron actually not in the booth, so he would not mind at all. And he'll make his picks here when he returns. I think he's ready to go.
I'm feeling like I missed something.
Here's the next offering. It's taken down low for a ball.
No. Still 2-1, and there's 3 hits. I didn't miss too much.
We've made our guesses in the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. That's what you've missed.
There we go. Now we're getting somewhere.
1-1 pitch is fouled away, 1-2.
You ever walk into a room and you feel like, something's going on here? That's how I felt walking in here.
I feel that every day of my life, Ron.
Congratulations.
Sort of. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Good breaking ball, and Rice is the first out in the inning. Colin Ray has struck him out 3 times in a row, and the batter is Ahmed Rosario.
Yep, coming in live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth, proud partner of the Chicago Cubs. Now, I do not know what you guys picked, but I am going to pick 40,100. Is that squeezing anybody?
It is, but we'll let it fly.
Sorry.
Rosario, the batter.
Kind of.
We'll get over it. You'll get over it. 0-1 on Rosario.
I might have been a little late coming back to the booth, folks, but there was a good reason. And I'll even share it with you.
I was hesitating to
I figured you were, yeah.
1 ball and 1 strike on Rosario. Okay, where were you, Ron?
I was just out in the hallway right behind our booth, but one of our old coaches here from the Cubs and longtime Cubs coach, who you know very well and I do, Lester Strode, is in the ballpark.
Of course.
With his grandson, so I saw him, and one of the great longtime coaches for the Chicago Cubs and just a great guy. He was the bullpen coach for the Cubs for many, many, many years. And just, so I get a chance to say hi to him and his little grandson. So very cool to have him in the ballpark.
Rosario waiting for the 1-2 from Colin Ray. It's popped up. Shallow right. Suzuki coming in, calling, dancing underneath it, making the catch. It's probably a good idea on a windy day to not ever take your eye away from the ball for very long.
Yeah, I would agree to that. That's for sure. It's not an easy day to catch fly balls. First out in the inning, sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that.
Yankees 2, Cubs 1. Yankees got their runs. A 2-run home run by Jose Caballero in the 3rd. A Michael Busch RBI single cut the deficit in half in the 4th inning. 2-1 Yankees in the 6th. 2 down, nobody on. Spencer Jones waiting. Jones wide open stance, hits out of a crouch. Left-handed batter. He has homered in each of the first 2 games of this series. Today he has struck out and reached on an error. Some guys have batting stances that almost look uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But if it works, who cares, right?
Yeah,
Here's a pop-up left side. It's going to be caught by Bregman. And it's a good 1-2-3 inning for Ray. He's pitching a very solid baseball game today. Let's see if the Cubs can get some runs. It's 2-1 Yankees, middle of the 6th. On The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Cubs fans, it's Matthew Boyd. Listen to every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
There are trucks.
Into center, Phil coming on, dives ahead. He makes the catch, got a double play. He throws into second to turn 2. There's some gold for you right there.
Jun-Hoo Lee makes the catch. He's all over the place this afternoon.
To lead off the 5th, Dylan Cruz into the corner. A lunging catch. Okay, I see you, Dylan.
Lopez will come home. The tag, they still got him anyway. Oh, that is a great play by Liam Hicks behind the plate.
De La Cruz is over, and he jumps, and he makes the catch. He got to a spot, reeled it in.
That's a laser to short, and a beautiful grab by Velasquez.
Albies over to first. Pete Alonso smothers it and floats it accurately. Gets a point and a head nod.
Great play, Kryler. The pick, the pop, throws him out with a scoop and saved by Lewis. To right field, Suzuki back, and Seiya makes the catch.
I want to ask you about food. What is something that you have to eat to be the judge?
Oh, Aaron Judge! Send him to Monument Park now!
We got some good chefs in New York. They've been cooking up some nice chopped cheeses, and that kind of, it gets you, I don't know if I should tell the kids that they should be eating chopped cheese before a game.
Before the game, probably steak. That's usually what I go to.
I like a steak, no vegetables. No vegetables?
No vegetables.
Is it straight protein?
Yeah.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
wood should be. Visit timbertech.com. Paul Zarang has made his guess in the Binny's Beverage Depot attendance game. And that guess is 39,322.
Does that mean we're all locked in, Zach?
You better believe it.
Oh, boy. Let's see how we did a bit later on. Zach taking this game today very seriously.
Very seriously. He missed yesterday. He's probably a little in mourning that he missed the attendance game yesterday. Could have sent in a guess.
Here comes the 0-1. It's low and outside to Pete.
Let's see what's on tap here in the sixth inning, sponsored by Yingling Flight, the next generation of light beer. Been one home run hit, and that was by the Yankees, Caballero. Cubs could use a big swing of the bat to get back tied in this ballgame.
This day in baseball history brought to you by villageofbedfordpark.com. It's time to make history for your business in Bedford Park. 2 balls and a strike on Pete Crow Armstrong. Garrett Cole fires. The pitch popped up, fouled, and out of play. 2-2.
Pete's had some good swings against Cole. He's just fouled some balls off.
Ron, you've talked about Cole just challenging guys pitch after pitch with high hard ones. It makes him kind of unique. You don't see a lot of pitchers pitch that way.
No, I mean, he's one of those guys that he's absolutely on the attack.
Here comes the 2-2 to PCA. Inside, it almost hit him. Let's see if Pete can get on. Nobody out. Cubs are down by a run. 6th inning, big crowd at Wrigley ready to make some noise. The 3-2 pitch. Popped up foul and out of play.
Anything happening here today? I think there's some Yankee history too today.
Well,
sad history.
Yeah, Thurman Munson passed away. Died in a plane crash in Akron, Ohio. 1979, he was only 32 years old. It's kind of a stunning thing. Here's the 3-2 pitch on the way. Low, and he walked him. Very good plate appearance for Pete Crow Armstrong, and he's having run as he gets maturity and knowledge of pitchers. He's having those types of at-bats and plate appearances more and more frequently.
Yeah, I would agree. He's had 2 really good ones. I think he had a 10-pitch at-bat against Wells in the first at-bat in the first inning, and now long AB. But today, Pat, Wells, the catcher for the Yankees, wearing old traditional colors of the Thurman Munson gear he wore, and then on the back strap of his chest protector, it's Thurman Munson's name and his baseball card on the back strap. Very cool what he did to commemorate Thurman Munson.
Seiya Suzuki lines a base hit down the left field line. Stopping at second is PCA. Cubs making some noise. A walk and a single. 2 men on, nobody out. Cubs trail 2-1, 6th inning, and here comes Michael Busch.
Now, Michael is the only guy in the Cubs to knock in a run in today's game against Cole. He had a hanging changeup, a bullet to left, and it drove in Suzuki after Suzuki had doubled in his last at-bat.
Matt Blake, the pitching coach, will head to the mound. Let's talk about the plate appearance for Michael Busch. He's the number 3 hitter. What's his approach?
I think for Michael in this at-bat, Cole has been pounding him inside with that angled fastball in. I would really be looking for the ball inside and cheating on the ball inside. Got the 2 strikes and looking to pull the ball.
82 pitches for Cole. Activity will commence in the Yankee bullpen. Both a left-hander, Hedrick, and a right-hander, Blackburn, start to throw. And now the sun trying to fight its way through the clouds as Busch steps in against Cole. The pitch to Michael. Bouncing ball toward first and foul. The ball will be tossed into the stands by Rice.
Busch, he got a knuckle curve down and in, and he was ready to pull. I think that's the way you've got to hit Cole if you're a left-handed hitter here early, just from looking at the way they've been pitching Michael Busch in this ballgame.
Outfield straight away. Jones, Grisham, and Dominguez left to right. Swinging a foul back. That looked like a mistake right there. That was a pitch right in the middle of the zone.
Yeah, back-to-back changeups, and that's the pitch Michael hit for a base hit to right to drive in Suzuki.
I would doubt he'll back up and throw another changeup after that pitch.
Yeah, he's thrown 2 in a row. Or a curveball and a change.
It's 0-2 on Bush. The pitch to Michael, fastball high. Pete Crow Armstrong with a base on balls. Seiya Suzuki with a single. Crowd ready to cut loose. 2-1 the Yankees lead.
Grisham in center playing straight away pretty deep, but pretty good gaps in right center and left center for Michael Bush.
Michael wearing red batting gloves on either hand. Now the 1-2 from Cole. Fisted foul and out of play.
Boy, that's that fastball just boring in on Michael. And Cole at 86 pitches in the game, and he has not lost 1 mile an hour on the fastball. That last one, 97 miles an hour.
Cole is ready to work again. He brings it low for a ball. 2-2.
Between Michael and Pete, 2 young left-handed hitters for the Cubs. They've had some really good at-bats. Ramirez, you could toss him in there too.
Garrett Cole glancing back at PCA. And the 2-2 on the way to Bush. Taken high for ball 3. The plot thickening here at Wrigley Field.
I thought Wells was going to challenge that curveball. It was high. They did not.
Listen to this crowd. Everyone starts to stand.
Crowd affecting the game. Cole can't hear the pitch-com device on the mound.
It's only August, but it's starting to feel like October. And the 3-2. Bush hits one in the air. Playable right center. Dominguez, the right fielder, makes the catch. PCA is going to tag. The throw goes to third. Pete is safe. And taking second is Suzuki. Good base running by Seiya. He saw that throw was offline and took off, so both runners advance on the fly ball. So second and third, one away.
Boy, just a terrible mental mistake by Dominguez. You got one of the fastest guys in baseball at second base. There's no chance, unless Pete falls down, that you're going to throw him out at third. And he overthrows everybody offline, and Suzuki takes second. As you said, good base running. Now the Cubs with a single can take the lead.
Boy, that could be a very big play in this game. Alex Bregman batting, and he'll take a strike.
Now
infield in all the way around.
Bregman has used Swanson's bat in his first 2 ABs. A bigger bat. He's back to his bat here in at bat number 3.
Cole from the stretch. Runners lead at second and third. And Bregman takes low for a ball, 1-1. Suzuki can get an enormous lead at second base with that infield in because he sees exactly where the shortstop and second baseman both are deployed in front of him.
Any base hit to the outfield is going to score 2.
Here comes the 1-1. It's outside. It's ball 2. This might be challenged, and it will be challenged. Cole thought that hit the outside edge. Let's take a look on the video.
Ball strike challenge, sponsored by Northwestern Medicine.
And it did hit the strike zone.
Good call, Patrick. That was one of them angled fastballs going up and away from the right-handed hitter.
So the count 1-2 on Bregman. Alex trying to come through. Cole ready for the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He tried to check on a high fastball, couldn't do it. And that is out number 2. So it's up to Ian Happ.
There's that fastball once again. High angled heater up about shoulder high. Bregman probably knew he was going to get that pitch. He started after it, couldn't check the swing.
Happ batting left-handed. Trying to come through. 2 down, second and third. Happ takes very high for a ball, 1-0. Happ has struck out and grounded out in today's game. Tying run at third, go-ahead run at second. The pitch to Happ. Taken high for ball 2, 2-0.
Ian should get a good pitch to hit here. There is a base open at first. Nico is on deck. Nico has hit the ball hard twice. He's got a single in the ballgame.
Cole up to 95 pitches for the day. And the pitch on the way. Check swing. It's a called strike. 2-1. Switch hitter batting left-handed. Powder blue batting gloves on either hand for Ian Happ. The stretch by the veteran right-hander. The pitch. Down low, and it's 3-1.
They're going to challenge this one. It's a backdoor, this is a fastball, but it's down and away. Ball strike challenge sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. Down.
It's ball 3.
I believe the Yankees are out of challenges now.
Yankees 2, Cubs 1. 6th inning. Ball game on the line right now with men at second and third for the Cubs. 3-1 on Ian Happ. Cole plants the right foot, gets the sign from the catcher Wells. The set. The crowd is quiet. The pitch. Called strike 2.
A lot of off-speed stuff to happen this at bat, even when Cole's been behind in the count.
Now the fans will start to stand and listen to this crowd. The 3-2 pitch from Cole. Here it is. Inside, he walked him. Bases are loaded for Nico Horner. And let's see what Aaron Boone, the manager for the Yanks, wants to do. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Talk Cubs on Rahimi, Harris, and Grody, middays 10 a.m. to 2 on 104.3 The Score. This is the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network, WSCR, WSCR-FM, and HD1 Chicago.
A pitching change will be made by the manager, Aaron Boone. And Cole will leave with the bases loaded. He leaves very much up in the air. He can win, he can lose, he could have no decision. We'll see what happens when we come back. Nico Horner batting with the bases loaded. It's 2-1 Yankees on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Live in the Chicagoland area? Get all the Cubs games on the Odyssey app.
Fly ball into shallow left. Diving catch, Randall Grichuk.
Well, that's a great play, but you could tell the whole time that he was running toward that ball, he knew it was going to take a dive.
Going back on a Waldschmidt, still going back on the warning track. He leaps and makes the catch. Crashing face first into the fence. What a grab by Ryan Waldschmidt for the second out.
And McKinstry digs one out to the gap in right center field.
Yes,
Cowser takes it away. Oh, the milkman. Holy Cowser. Forget that. Lindor puts the icing on the cake with a long 3-run homer. His second home run of the night. A 6 RBI game for Lindor. Base hit! Kiss that losing streak goodbye! And good night! Griffin Conine walks it off. And the Marlins score 3 in the ninth to win it.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Cubs, 2 down, 6th inning. New York leading 2-1. The crowd turning inside out in their seats. Nico Horner trying to come through the pitch. Fastball away, ball 1. Nico homered in last night's game. He is 1 for 2 today.
Hedrick, a reverse split guy, right-handed hitters. Why he's in the game? only hitting 188, about 50 points higher for the left-handed hitters.
Down low for ball 2. Here's where the crowd begins to have an effect on the ball game itself.
If you're a young pitcher and you got 40,000 people at the edge of their seats or standing, it makes an impact.
The 2-0 pitch. Nico taking ball 3. The Yankees want a challenge. Do they have any challenges?
They have one left.
Apparently they have one.
Yep. Ball strike challenge sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. It's down.
It's down low for ball 3. Now Nico's going to be taking at least one here. Listen to this crowd. The pitch in there for a strike. 3-1. How aggressive are you here?
I'm aggressive. If I'm Nico, this is a pitch that you could go ahead and take a hack at if you get a good fastball to hit.
The 3-1 swung on, fly ball to center, playable for Grisham. Routine, and the inning is over. Horner flies to center. The Cubs leave the bases loaded. We go to the 7th inning. Yankees 2, Cubs 1 on the score, and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Chicago, this is Alex Bregman. Pat and Ron call every game.
Wow, it's like an Academy Award came to life. How long do you think that took to get ready?
You know, it's really not fun facing a guy with that kind of stuff, I'll just tell you that.
Presented without comment.
It's a raft. It's got an outboard motor. It's got a little barbecue, and it's got a hot tub.
Look at that.
I mean, come on.
American ingenuity.
That is living.
What else can go wrong here? Where are the Yankees in the outfield? They're everywhere.
Gosh, we've gone to Sea Dogs games since we were kids.
I've been coming to see the Sea Dogs for the last 30 years. Great experience.
Everybody here is just bends over backwards to help people out and wish the world was like it is right here at the ballpark.
We've always wanted to be more than just a baseball team. We want to be strong, active, contributing members of the community. And I think that effort is seen by the people and the fans, and they want to support that effort.
1 out and nobody on for Yordan Alvarez.
Yordan Alvarez crushes one high and deep. Forget about it. 44 just matches the first pitch he sees tonight for his 35th home run of the year. And the Astros out in front 1-0.
I still don't know what he did, what the baseballs did to him to make him so mad. That ball was destroyed halfway up the bleachers. Yeah, 427 feet.
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 99 burger in honor of Aaron Judge. They sell a bazillion of these at Yankee Stadium. It looks pretty good. I feel like we passed the test. What about you?
I think so.
For a second opinion is always a good idea. Get yours at Northwestern Medicine. Pat?
Colin Ray still in the game for the Cubs. He's pitched very well today. Gave up 2 runs on a home run by Jose Caballero in the 3rd, and that's it. But the Cubs have only 1 run through 6 innings. A nail-biter at Wrigley. Jason Dominguez waiting for the 1-0. It's a ground ball left side. Diving try by Swanson. It's under his glove. Base hit left center. And it's a leadoff single. Is Dansby okay? He landed kind of roughly on the outfield grass.
I think he's a little frustrated. I think he felt like he dove maybe just over that ball. Ball hit very sharply. And didn't get quite down to the ground in time. And with that base hit, that's going to bring out Craig Counsell.
Colin Ray works into the 7th inning. He did a good job. He should get a nice ovation. And this pitching change is coming up here at Wrigley. Pitching changes by the Cubs. Sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Chicago Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com.
Rookie leads the way. Out on to blue heaven for the series finale against Seattle. Sasaki sits down Naylor on 3 pitches.
Oh, Seattle continuing to do what they did last night, and that was swinging pitches way out of the zone.
Like that. Back-to-back Ks to start the 2nd.
it's not a strike, though, right? So it's a strike because of the swing, but it's not in the zone.
Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Four-seamer at 100. 5 strikeouts for Sasaki.
That's 3. Finishes him off with the splitter.
Sasaki, that splitter has just been, it's been unhittable, but he's also had control with it.
Triple digits atop the zone, and now 7 Ks for Sasaki.
Fastball elevated 100 miles an hour, nothing you can do with that.
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 99 burger in honor of Aaron Judge. They sell a bazillion of these at Yankee Stadium. It looks pretty good. I feel like we passed the test. What about you?
I think so.
Year, bunch of games in progress. And we'll get to those games in a bit, but I can tell you the Angels lead the Brewers 2-0 in the top half of the 4th inning. Wade Meckler with a 2-run shot for LA.
Okay, Zach. Ryan Rollison, left-hander, the new man on the mound for the Cubs, facing Jazz Chisholm Jr. Pickoff throw on his before his first pitch is not in time. State of baseball history again brought to you by villageofbedfordpark.com. Time to make history for your business in Bedford Park. And one of your mentors is in the baseball history notes, Carlton Fisk.
Oh, yeah.
Chisholm takes inside. This was 1985. I'm sure baseball fans of a certain age will certainly remember this play. It was a tie game at Yankee Stadium. Fisk is catching for the White Sox. He tagged 2 New York runners out at home plate on the same play. Swing and a miss by Chisholm. The scoring, you talk about an unusual scoring. How about 8-6-2-2? Double play results when the base runners on first and second attempt to score on Ricky Henderson's 400-foot double into the gap. Here's the 1-1. Chisholm swings and fouls it. But when outfielder Luis Salazar makes a perfect throw to shortstop Ozzie Guillen, who in turn throws a strike to the plate, the catcher Carlton Fisk first tagged out Bobby Meacham and then spun around to tag out a sliding Larry Berra. Berra right behind his teammate. And I mean, the outs came within about a second and a half of each other.
That's great base running and great base coaching.
No, sort of. Great
if
heads
you're a
up.
White Sox fan at that point. How about that?
1-2 on Jazz Chisholm. And the pitch taken high. I've seen that video. It's almost like Carlton was surprised. He tags the one guy out and, hey, I got a chance to get another guy right now.
Yeah, he tags him, kind of gets spun around a little bit, and then just dives and tags the second guy. It is pretty comical. Unless you're the second guy that got tagged out, Berra.
Now the 2-2, low and outside, 3-2. The Carlton Fisk run, I know you've talked so much about how he helped you as he was an established big leaguer and you were a young minor leaguer on your way up trying to get to the big leagues.
I was playing in the lower minor leagues and we hit together, I don't know, 7 or 8 years, in his garage basically. And he taught me, how to be a big league ball player, big league hitter first, and then just, he got a lot to be thankful for getting a chance to work out with Pudge for many, many years.
3-2 pitch swung on and missed, strike 3. Chisholm is out number 1. It's none of my business, but did Carlton have a relatively clean garage?
Well, the first part of what you said is correct. And after we got done, after a few weeks of hitting in there was, trying to hit and do what he was saying, there may have been a few holes in the walls by the time we were done hitting.
There's Ryan McMahon batting. I mean, where there's some snow shovels around there, maybe some rakes.
And he was always a yard guy doing stuff with flowers and planting and, me growing up on the south side of Chicago, we didn't do a lot of that, so I wasn't a lot of help there. But sure did put some holes in the garage. And they had no money to fix them either, so that was a tough break for him.
0-1 to Ryan McMahon. Those were line drives that you hit that created the holes?
I wouldn't say that. Not at that point, no. They were more like mishits that went through the drywall.
Oh, I see. Okay. Again, none of this is any of my business, Ron. Just kind of curious. 0-2 on Ryan McMahon. The set by the lefty Rollison. And the pitch on the way. Hit foul toward the Cub third base dugout, right toward Craig Counsell. He is right at the near end of the dugout, and he turned around and quickly got out of the way of that one. It did hit the fence in front of him, so no harm.
You really, on those line drives going to the dugout, you just try to get turned away a little bit. They're really getting out of the way entirely, almost impossible.
Yeah, the 0-2, swinging a fly ball, shallow left toward foul territory. Chasing this Bregman. Does he have a play? No. A limited amount of foul territory space here at Wrigley Field.
Well, you really notice it after coming back from St. Louis.
Sure.
And you see all these balls that have landed, in the first few rows of the seats here at Wrigley, as opposed to how many pop-ups were caught in foul territory in that 4-game series. It had to be 5, 6, 7 balls.
Quite a few.
Yeah.
2-1 Yankees, top of the 7th. One away, a man at first. Rollison to McMahon, lefty. Here it is, swinging a chop foul. Do it again. The entire series has been kind of pitching dominated when you think about it. 2-0 New York in game 1. Last night was a pitcher's duel between David Peterson and Max Fried until about the 7th inning. The Cubs did win 5-2. And then a very low-scoring game today. 2-1 Yanks in the 7th. But when you have two good teams after the All-Star break, you expect games like this.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't expect a lot of mistakes. One swing of the bat or two here and there end up dictating the whole ballgame.
Now Rollison to McMahon. Swing and a miss. Got him on a breaking ball. You could tell his bat just wasn't long enough to reach that pitch.
Yeah, excellent location on his slider down and away. Starts out inner half and ends up outer half at the knees.
2 down, 2-1 New York. Cubs will have the bottom of their order. Ramirez, Swanson, and Amaya due up in the bottom of the inning. And there is a strike. Garrett Cole was tough today, but he is done for the day. Now the 0-1 from the lefty Rollison. Looper into shallow left center. Pete Armstrong on the run. Can't get there. It's a base hit. And the Yankees have 2 men on with 2 down. Pete toyed with the idea of making a belly-flopping diving try, I believe, and he thought better of it at the last second.
Yeah, it's one of those plays where if you go for this ball and you don't keep it in front of you, that's a problem, because that if it gets past them, that could end up, giving an insurance run to the Yankees here in the 7th. And Tommy Hotovy's going to come out to the mound, and I hope Rollison is okay. He keeps looking at his fingers, and no, he's just looking at a scouting report, so it is okay. Goldschmidt, Pat, is going to end up being announced here, and he is going to be the pinch hitter.
He's going to bat for the catcher, Austin Wells. You got first and second, 2 down. Goldschmidt still with power, 16 home runs. He played each of the first 2 games. He's been very quiet. 0 for 8. 0 for 4 in both Friday and Saturday's activity.
Cubs have done a good job of pitching to him. As you said, he's been quiet this series. Everything away. They've showed him pitches in, but not for strikes, and they've been getting him outer third to just off the plate away.
As you say that, Ron, it occurs to me, in all the years we saw him with the Cardinals and before that with Arizona, many of his hits went to the opposite field.
Yeah, he had a chance yesterday to do some damage the other way and just popped one up. And that would be something I would anticipate him looking to do here in this at-bat.
2 outs, 2 on. Yankees lead 2-1. Seventh inning. Goldschmidt takes a curveball low and inside. Ball 1.
First out in the inning, sponsored by Xfinity. Reliable Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Xfinity, imagine that.
Big, strong, right-handed batter. It's out of a bit of a crouch. And the pitch. It's in there for a strike. 1-1.
That may be one of the first fastballs that he has seen in this series in the inner half of the strike zone.
Each team with 4 hits. Pitching has been dominant today. The 1-1 by Rolison. Popped up foul down below us and out of play. What do you like here, Ron?
To me, it's a different scenario of how they're pitching him. That last pitch was a breaking ball down and in, and it's got a lot of the plate, and he jammed himself on that breaking pitch. So maybe he'd come inside one more time and see if he can get a strikeout. And Amaya didn't like the pitch call and asked Rolison to step off.
Now the big lefty sporting a red glove glances back at the runner Dominguez and the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a foul back. Kind of a late cut by Goldschmidt.
See, that tells me he's really thinking about shooting the ball the other way.
Goldschmidt, 388 career home runs. Dangerous. The 1-2 pitch on the way. Low and inside. Nice block by Amaya. And now the count has gone to 2-2. A lot of tension in this series. Cubs and Yanks. Could be a preview of the Fall Classic in October, early November. Who knows? 2-2 pitch fouled away.
Boy, wouldn't that be something? Cubs-Yankees World Series?
Wrigley Field and Yankee Stadium. Rolison, the left-hander, ready with men leading at first and second. And the 2-2 to Goldschmidt. High pop fly, center field, playable. Pete Crow Armstrong is there. He's got it. And the inning is over. Yanks don't score, leave a pair. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. New York 2, Cubs 1 on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network. And the guest conductor today is Kurt Busch. NASCAR Hall of Famer, Kurt Busch.
Hey, Chicago, what do you say? Let's do it. And a 1, and a 2, and a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. I made some peanuts and cracker jacks. I don't care if I ever get back. It's root for the. They don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Let's get some runs.
Talking Cubs Monday through Friday with Rahimi, Harrison, Grody, 10 a.m. to 2 on 104.3 The Score.
Make your house a home with premium paints and stains from Benjamin Moore. Achieve long-lasting color and beauty with Aura, Regal Select, and Ben for interiors. Or
puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Well, when we moved downtown
San Diego from Qualcomm to Petco Ballpark. New uniforms were on the way, and this is the Padre home white. This jersey is from 2007, which was a career year for myself, winning a Cy Young. There's some different memories that stand out. One in this uniform against the Braves, where I struck out a Padre record 16, wearing this jersey, trying to make the Padre and the Friar faithful proud.
Last night that he had a very key base on balls. There's a drive foul down the right field line and drifting out of play. In fact, that base on balls really led to the Cubs taking the lead in that 7th inning last night. Let's see if he can get on here and crank up a rally.
Yeah, Ramirez getting more and more playing time, whether it be in the field playing defense, which Craig Counsell has a lot of confidence in him, and obviously at the plate.
The 0-2 pitch outside.
Because right now you've got to look at your lineup and play the best lineup you've got each and every night. You're trying to win every night now. I mean, there's not that you're not trying to win every night, but you got to give some guys days off.
Ball 2, 2-2.
Now it's just, we're playing and we're going to try to, you got to play your best 9 every single night. And Ramirez getting a lot of playing time.
Here comes the 2-2 from the left-hander. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that is out number 1. Ramirez out on strikes. The batter is Dansby Swanson. Now the sun shining brightly at Wrigley. It was kind of overcast earlier. Still breezy, wind blowing left to right. Looks like it might give a ball hit in the air to right a little bit of a carry. Swing and a miss by Dansby.
7th inning stretch today. That was sponsored by Volvo XC90. Room for everyone. Ready for wherever the road takes you.
Swanson swings and fouls it at the plate. 0-2. Hedrick came in to get the last out in the 6th inning, retiring Horner on a fly ball to center with the bases loaded. Cubs only run an RBI single by Michael Busch, driving in Suzuki in the 4th inning. 2-1 Yankees. Now the 0-2. Dansby takes high, 1-2.
Cubs got a quality start today from Colin Ray.
Scoreboard says he is 3rd among Major League shortstops in RBIs out of 30 teams. He's 3rd with 61 RBIs. Here's a line drive, foul down the left field line. I got to believe Bobby Witt might be one of the two ahead of him.
Up there, yeah, absolutely. Quality starts today. They're sponsored by Benjamin Moore. Start your next project with quality paints from Benjamin Moore, official paint of the Chicago Cubs.
Swanson today has grounded to short and flied to center. It's a ball and 2 strikes on Dansby. And now the big left-hander delivers. The ball swung on and missed, strike 3. Swanson is out number 2. Hedrick getting back-to-back strikeouts to begin the inning. And the batter is Miguel Amaya.
Yeah, pretty good change-up there by Hedrick to get the strikeout. Coming to you live all season long from the Invesco QQQ broadcast booth. Proud partner of the Chicago Cubs.
Aaron Boone has both a lefty Hill and a right-hander Blackburn warming in their bullpen as Amaya takes a strike. Amaya has flied to left and struck out. He pokes one foul toward the Cub dugout. It's 0-2. The Dodgers are going to be here tomorrow night. First of a 3-game series. It'll start at 7:05. 7:05 again on Tuesday, and a day game 1:20 on Wednesday. Here's a drive foul to right, out of play. A very intense series.
Yeah.
Cubs lost the opener 2-0. It could have gone either way. Last night the Cubs rallied to win 5-2. Today, another nail biter. 2-1 Yanks, 2 down, 7th inning. Outside for a ball.
Yeah, this has been playoff caliber baseball, what we've seen here in these games against New York. You know, as you said, any little mistake, the other team is capitalized. It's, you know, not a lot of mistakes made.
Miguel strikes out swinging, and the inning comes to an end. Hedrick struck out the side. It's on to the 8th inning. New York 2, Cubs 1 on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Spiegel and Holmes, great Cubs guests, and more on your way home, 2 to 6 on 104.3 The Score. Carpal tunnel.
Oppo Taco. I'm going to guess it's an opposite field, upper deck, maybe something like a...
home run to the opposite field. You got it.
This is a good one, a hack.
I don't know. I mean, is it the same as like the layman's term hack, like a bad chef?
You've guessed correctly.
Okay.
Someone's a hack, you know, someone that's just mailing it in.
Yeah.
They're not putting their heart into it.
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
Just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, is, you know, the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
In a great ball game against the Yankees. This 8th inning is sponsored by Cars for Kids, 877. Cars for Kids, that's cars dedicated. Donate your car today, Patrick.
Trent Grisham first up for the Yanks. Left-handed batting outfielder takes inside from the left-hander Rollison, still in the game with that red glove. The lanky lefty comes back 1-0 to Grisham, and he'll take a strike, 1-1. A reminder, please stay tuned for the postgame show, the Old National Bank Cubs radio postgame show with Zach Zaidman. By the way, they're the official bank of the Cubs radio network. The 1-1. Curveball line to right center on the run. Suzuki gets there, makes the catch. Almost overran that ball, had to reach back behind him and snag that hooking line drive.
Yeah, ball hit sharply, but Seiya with a nice play. Because you're really not sure what the wind's going to do to the baseball when it's hit to right at this moment, the way the wind is blowing. Tough plays of the game, that could be one. Sponsored by Loyola Medicine. Loyola Medicine defines tough.
Ben Rice, the batter. And he'll take ball 1.
Now, catch of the game, do we have one? Can you think of one? Sponsored by Catch Des Moines. The Iowa State Fair is back from August 13th to the 23rd. Catch Fair Spirit. Plan your trip at the iowastatefair.org.
Dansby made a pretty nice play earlier. Here's the 1-0 pitch on the way. Taken high for a ball, 2-0. Time to see how we did with our guesses in the Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game. The 2-0 to Rice. Taken for ball 3. Ron Coomer is the winner today. The actual figure, you hear the cheering in the background. That wouldn't be you cheering for yourself, would it?
No, it could be.
3-0 pitch is in there for a strike.
I slapped a 20 on Paul Thorang earlier, so.
That's why he chimed in with the cheering, too?
He's helped me out, yeah.
Okay. But the actual figure today, 40,057. Strike 2 called. 40,057. And your guess was 40,100. Boy, you were close. Zach is filing an official protest for today's game, something you don't see in our Benny's Beverage Depot attendance game every day. Here's a pop-up shallow left. Happ comes in and makes the catch. And that's out number 2.
He's just mad he didn't get one of the 20s.
It's August. It counts now.
Greg Counsell's going to make a pitching change here in the 8th inning. Good job by Rollison. A right-hander coming in. Pitching changes by the Cubs. Those are sponsored by James Hardy Building Products, siding with the Cubs. 2-1, Yankees lead, 8th inning. We'll be right back after this on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Chicago, this is Nico Horner. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
This is Modelo Especial, a full-flavored golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste from start to finish. Brewed with time, effort, and determination to get the balance just right. Because when a beer is made right, you can feel it. Modelo Especial, the model for
Dominic Canzone. You think about this time a year ago, he was off the radar when you think about it, right?
Canzone plugs this deep out to the gap. Right center field. Dom Canzone! An opening night bomb. And the Mariners have taken the lead.
Well, Dom Canzone picking up right where he left off. This was a sinker middle part of the plate. Got that foot down, all those adjustments he made with that swing and that lower half last year. A huge contributor.
Mitch Meyer at the wall, leaping off his glove, and look at Ross Globe preventing a 3-run home run. That is one of the oddest plays.
Giles, a long run towards the corner. Crashes through the door.
For a moment, I thought he wanted to leave early.
A strange-looking defensive play by Pat Burrell.
It looked like the invisible man came from behind and tackled him.
Wanted out in front of the plate. He's falling forward, and that's a Zach Bunches flare.
Yeah. The bubblegum blowing contest. It was fun. It was at a time when Topps.
All right, Zach, thank you. Here we're in the top of inning number 8. Yankees 2, Cubs 1. Ahmed Rosario, the batter. Aaron Civale, the new right-handed pitcher for the Cubs. First pitch down low for ball 1. Each team with 4 hits. It's been tough to get hits today for both clubs. Swing and a miss. 1-1.
Yeah, you talk about both starters going deep into the ball game. Cole went 5 2/3, so 1 out left in the 6th, and Colin Ray pitched into the 7th inning for the Cubs. Both guys were very, very good.
Here's a line drive, base hit to left. 2 out single for Rosario. And the Yankees inning will continue with Spencer Jones.
Now you got to be careful here. Jones has a pair of home runs in this series. Big, strong left-handed hitter. And he showed he's got big-time pop in his bat. 6'7", 240 pounds. Played center field yesterday. Today he is in left.
He hits a high pop fly. Should be playable on the infield. Dansby Swanson running in near the mound makes the catch. Yankees do not score. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Yankees 2, Cubs 1 on The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Join us for some Cubs talk to start your day. Mully and Haw, mornings 5:30 to 10 on 104.3 The Score.
Sloan has...
It's a 5-man umpiring crew here today, and this young superstar is in the stands.
And did their feet get tangled up? Yes, so Hoppy tripped, or he might have caught that ball.
Down. There's a fastball. There's a flying bat. It's a high toss.
And that ball is off the ladder. It's actually off the ladder. You never see that.
Haggerty is on with an infield hit. A little tumble behind the mound. Hat fell off. That was awesome. I mean, you just don't see that.
The captain, Derek Sanderson Jeter,
is one of the winningest players in Major League history. He was wearing these very batting gloves when he notched one of those most memorable hits, the 3,000th of his career.
Are we supposed to spit in them like they do the batting gloves?
No spitting. This is a non-spitting museum.
He's just the second player in history whose 3,000th hit was a home run. The first was a former teammate from the Yankees' 1996 World Series championship team. But before he began his Cooperstown-bound career, Bonds would cross paths with another future Hall of Famer. September 6, 1995, the Iron Man played his 2,000th 131st consecutive game, surpassing the unbreakable record of the Iron Horse.
Now that's how you pass the torch. Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Shop.com. From official jerseys and memorabilia to hats and hoodies, they have the season covered. Visit MLBshop.com/Cubs, the official source for your Chicago Cubs gear. Pat?
Okay, Zach. It's getting late. Bottom of the 8th inning. Pete Crow Armstrong will lead it off. Blackburn, the new pitcher, delivers the ball whack foul on the ground right side. Paul Blackburn.
Pete will need another piece of lumber as that fastball inside got his bat.
Blackburn has been a very strong bullpen man. 39 games, a 2.10 ERA. Pete waiting, and the pitch taken high for a ball.
Outside of Pete hitting a home run, obviously that's always the best thing you can do. But Cubs would love to see Pete get on base. He is the guy to create havoc on the bases.
Next pitch outside, 2-1.
And Blackburn's slow to the plate, so that would be one of those things where Pete could definitely steal a bag or two.
Pete's been on twice today with bases on balls. He takes a minute to call timeout and tighten up the batting gloves. Red batting gloves on either hand for PCA. Shallow at third is McMahon. Again, that breeze blowing out toward right. And the pitch, Pete swings and fouls it back. The wind is blowing to right, but it's more of a cross breeze than straight out to right. Almost like coming from the alley in left center over toward the right field line.
Yeah, the ball that might get a little help is that hooked ball by a lefty to straight right that hooks towards the foul pole.
Now the 2-2. Check swing. It's down low. No swing. Close. 3-2.
Ron Culpa, the third base umpire, saying no.
Good call. He did check his swing. Fans ready to make some noise. The 3-2 pitch. Nubbed foul off the end of the bat. He was out in front of an off-speed delivery.
Not where Blackburn wanted this ball. It's a high changeup, but the speed got Pete, and he just cued it right off the end of the bat.
This crowd would love to see a rally. The 3-2. Popped up foul and out of play again.
Another changeup, and he cued this one too. Pete's going to need a little chalk for the end of his pool stick here.
Pete wears the red batting gloves on either hand. Left-handed batter. Waiting for the 3-2 pitch from the right-hander, Blackburn. Here it comes. Low and inside. Quality plate appearance for Pete Crow Armstrong. That's one that says maturity and experience.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Because he was swinging at the changeup and trying to put it in play. So the thought is hit. But he's laying off tough pitches and just having great at-bats. 3 times in a ball game Pete has walked today.
Suzuki the batter. Pete with a good lead. He's not going to run. He bluffed. And the pitch is a strike to Suzuki.
He took 2 good steps and then shut it down. Didn't get the best of jump.
He's being held on by Rice. Blackburn working on Suzuki. Pete leading and not running. The pitch way outside, 1-1.
Blackburn, I would say, is not slow to the plate, but he's certainly not fast either. He has a leg kick. So if Pete gets a good jump, he could definitely steal second base.
2-1 Yankees, bottom of the 8th inning. Nobody out. Throw to first. Diving back in is PCA. Ron, since a fastball gets to the plate slightly quicker than a breaking ball, would a catcher call for more fastballs to give him a chance to throw a guy out?
Yeah, you get that tendency, absolutely. There's been some catchers that you could, as a hitter, you knew what you were going to get.
Fouled away by Suzuki.
You know, notoriously, if I was hitting and it was a base-stealing situation with one of my teammates in front of me that was a base stealer, I knew I was getting a fastball. That helped me. I knew exactly what he was going to call.
Little split seconds count on stolen bases. And in a lot of other parts of this game. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3. Suzuki called out on strikes. Out number 1. 8th inning. Cubs trail 2-1. Pete Crow Armstrong still at first, and now the batter is Michael Busch.
High fastball starts out off the plate away and comes back to the outside corner, but it's right at the top of the zone.
Busch drove in the Cubs run with a 4th inning single. Pete bluffing at first, not running. Busch takes off speed and outside for a ball.
Opponent's pitching changes are sponsored by Sloan, Fish and Water Efficiency Partner of the Chicago Cubs. Leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at Sloan.com.
Busch waiting for the 1-0. And here it comes. It's low for ball 2. A pitcher's head literally has to be in 2 different spots.
Yep.
Obviously, you're concentrating on the hitter, but you have to be thinking about the base runner.
You got to think about the hitter right here. If Pete steals, he steals. But Michael Busch can give the Cubs the lead with 1 swing.
Pete not running. The pitch high, ball 3.
Sanchez liked that pitch. It was a backdoor hook and just missed the corner away. Pete thought he was going to get the call.
3-0. Pete with a shorter lead. He's running, and the pitch low and inside, and that's going to be ball 4. So the play at second became irrelevant because of ball 4 to Busch. To be honest with you, the throw might have had him out.
It would have been very close at second, and the pitch was very close. Blackburn frustrated with the pitch call, and I think Pete would have been out at second base, actually, if this is called a strike.
2 walks in the inning.
Wow.
Pete Crow Armstrong, the tying run at second. Michael Busch now the go-ahead run at first.
Now that was not a stolen base for Pete, but stolen bases sponsored by Turo, Chicago's hometown tire. Get called safe with the Turo tires. Find yours at Turo.com.
Okay, now Alex Bregman at the plate. Bregman is nothing for 3. Grounded out, bounced into a double play, and struck out.
White Cubs could use a big swing of the bat from Bregman. Line drive in the gap. Bushy at first base. I would say just a touch above average speed. Obviously, Pete, one of the fastest guys in baseball.
And he leads at second. Bregman waits. The pitch to Alex. Fastball strike on the outside. Bregman did not like the call. He wants to challenge it.
Pitch is called strike, batter
He thought it was outside. We'll take a look at the video.
Ball strike challenge sponsored by Northwestern Medicine.
It was outside. It's ball 1. Good challenge. PCA leads down at second base. Busch away from first. The pitch by Blackburn. Fly ball, left center, pretty well hit. Back goes Grisham with room. Near the track in dead center, makes the catch. Tagging and going to third is Pete Crow Armstrong. Holding at first is Bush. Bregman is out number 2. He did give it a long ride, but he hit it to dead center, and it didn't quite make the warning track.
I would say there's some days that ball's probably a home run. With the wind blowing in the way it is, it ended up at the track.
Manager Aaron Boone will make a pitching change with Ian Happ due up. Tying run at third, go-ahead run at first. Bottom of the 8th inning at Wrigley. We'll be right back after this pitching change by the opposition. Sponsored by Sloan, the official water efficiency partner of the Cubs and leader in smart water and commercial restroom solutions. Learn more at sloan.com. We'll be right back.
Yogi Berra was an 18-time All-Star and 10-time World Series champion.
This is the only perfect game in World Series history. You ask him about it, and he would say, it ain't been done before, and it ain't been done since.
David Wells was perfect on May 17th, 1998, Beanie Baby Day.
It's not the pitcher that's calling the game, it's the catcher calling what pitch to throw.
Home plate is 17 inches wide. And so he said, well, if it's more than an inch, and it was a lot more than an inch, then it's an illegal bat.
Well, he's out. Yes, sir. Is out. Look at this. Keep it down a little, will you, please?
Okay, Yogi.
Casey Stengel and the other touring ball players met the King of England.
Of course, with my English, we had a little trouble understanding each other.
As Yogi said, when you come to a fork in the road, take it. Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
In Friday's series opener, he worked a perfect 9th inning, 1-2-3. No, he did give up a single to Pedro Ramirez, now that I double-check. But he did get the save, his 23rd of the year. He inherits a 2-out first and third situation. Yankees leading 2-1, and Ian Happ, the veteran switch hitter, will bat left-handed against Bednar.
Now the Cubs have brought in a pinch runner at first base. Dean will run for Michael Bush. Dean very fast, definitely a base-stealing threat.
Justin Dean takes his lead at first. The stocky right-hander Bednar ready to go to work on Happ. Dean running. The pitch is a strike. Stolen base for Dean. Nobody even covering second base. So now a base hit could give the Cubs the lead. Did that surprise you?
No, not once. Once they brought Dean in, you knew he was going to run. Bednar, a closer, they usually don't pay any attention to the guys on the bases. They just want to get the hitter out.
The 0-1 to Happ. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Fastball. Happ trying to come through. We're in the 8th inning. Cubs are down by a run. Cub runners at second and third. Lots of drama. And now the 0-2 pitch. Happ hits a pop fly into shallow left. Jones coming in, makes the catch, and the inning is over. We go to the 9th inning. Yankees 2, Cubs 1 on the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Covering every Cubs game all season long, Rahimi, Harrison, Grody, middays 10-2 on 104.3 The Score.
I'm Matt Morgan of Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law.
Under towards third base, Machado's coming home, and he will be out.
That's Mason. Oh, he reaches up and makes the catch. What a grab by Victor for Mason Jr.
Mason win the Gold Glover with the golden arm.
And a leaping grab by Anthony Volpe. He's having a great day.
And catch by Braden Montgomery. Lays out full extension.
He's at the wall, and he leaps and makes a spectacular catch.
Line drive center field. PCA. Diving stab, Anthony Siegler. What a play. And look out, it's going to be Martin with a slide. In the hole, backhand snare. Oh, what a play. Jim Jarvis with a gem. Will it hang? It will. Torres with a nice catch. Into the corner. Here comes a good sliding catch. Ronald Acuna.
Merrill go back and still going. Leaps and makes the catch.
Holy, oh, yeah! Graham!
Consider relocating to the Village of Bedford Park. Learn more at villageofbedfordpark.com.
Getting set for the top of the ninth here at Wrigley Field. 2-1 Yankees. The ninth inning is sponsored by Circa Resort and Casino. Get ready for the time of your life. CircaLasVegas.com. Pat?
Jason Dominguez leads it off for the Yanks. A nail-biter. 2-1 New York. Series finale. Each team with a victory. And a one-run game here in the ninth inning. Aaron Savali working on Jason Dominguez. First pitch strike. Second pitch popped up. Foul. Over near the Cubs third base dugout. Amaya is there. Nice catch. Wow. What a play by Miguel Amaya. He ran 75 feet in foul territory toward third base and made a sprawling running catch with all that gear on.
Unbelievable play by Amaya. This is degree of difficulty on this catch, a 10. Bregman playing over by shortstop, so Amaya's kind of on an island by himself. He's almost to third base when he falls, kind of dives and catches this ball. Great play by Amaya.
One away, Jazz Chisholm Jr. the batter. And he'll take low. Carson Kelly playing first base. Remember, Bush left for a pinch runner. So Kelly, a catcher by trade, is at first base for the Cubs defensively.
What are the chances of a ground ball going to Kelly in this inning?
Pretty strong.
Yeah. No, that's just how it happens.
The ball has radar. It knows when you're new at your position and that you just came into the game.
Yeah. I would expect one of these ground balls to be hooked right at him.
The 1-1. There's the ground ball toward first right there, but it's foul.
Old radar. There it is. Never fails.
It really is amazing.
It is. It's unbelievable. I've experienced it as a player. I get put in right field to start a game. I'd never played the outfield in my life. And who hits the first ball? Sky high to right. I started laughing.
Go get him.
Yeah, you knew it was coming.
Here's the 1-2 chop foul. 1-2.
Yeah.
They've turned the lights on in the middle of the afternoon here at Wrigley. The clouds have moved in. Still a pleasant day. It was 71 at game time. The 1-2 to Chaz Chisholm. Chisholm will take outside 2-2. Glancing to the bottom of the ninth inning. The Cubs are going to have Nico Horner, Pedro Ramirez, and Dansby Swanson due up against David Bednar. Here's the bouncer back to the mound. Fielded by Savali. Runs halfway to first. Shovels it to the first baseman, Kelly. That's out number 2.
Now, if that's the only play Kelly has to make at first, he'll be a happy camper. I can tell you that. He can handle that underhand flip. I can promise you that. When he's catching 95-plus fastballs day after day, that underhand flip, he's got it.
2 down. Brian McMahon, the batter. That's true. McMahon 1 for 3. He was along for the ride on the game's big blow, a home run by Jose Caballero in the Yankee third inning. Little did we know at that time that it would still be the biggest hit of the game. We're in the ninth. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. What do you like, Ron?
I like that splitter one more time. I don't think McMahon is seeing that pitch. He has had a very difficult time at the plate, only hitting 208, and it's because of the off-speed pitch that he has struggled with all year.
2-1 Yanks, top of the ninth, 2 down, nobody on. And the 0-2 to McMahon. Pop fly foul, out of play. The Dodgers are here tomorrow night. Go to CUBS.com for possible ticket information. I wouldn't wait much longer. Here's the 0-2. Sinking fastball is outside, 1-2.
Yeah, you know the Wrigley Field's going to be packed just the way it is here for the 3 against the Dodgers.
Now the 1-2 from the Cub right-hander, fouled away by McMahon.
Now, McMahon was on that cutter. Now you could probably go back to the split finger and see if you could get the strikeout and get out of this inning. If he hangs it, Carson, be ready. This could be a ground ball to you at first.
Here's the 1-2. A little looping line drive. It's going to be caught by Horner to end the inning. Excellent job by Aaron Chevali. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Yankees 2, Cubs 1. Fasten those seatbelts. On the Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs radio network.
Well, this is a World Series card. Everybody said, you know, what's it going to be to pitch against Sandy Koufax, who's a dominant pitcher. I said, I hope I don't embarrass myself. And I didn't. You know, pitched my first shutout ever. We won 6-0, and my parents were there. My mom was afraid of heights, so she was in the upper deck. She had to come down and trade seats with somebody so that she could actually watch her 20-year-old son pitch a shutout in the World Series.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Billing and autopay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable. Learn more at xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
We're gearing up for another season, and you can too at Suits 2020 in Niles. More than just amazing suits, casual wear, sportswear, and more. Suits 2020, the latest fashions at the lowest prices.
This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. Any accounts or descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. Pat?
David Bednar got the final out in the 8th inning. So save is still on the line. Nico Horner leads off the 9th inning and takes a strike. Bednar had periods of great success with the Pirates, but he also had struggles that allowed him or forced him to be removed as the closer for periods of time. Here comes the 0-1 pitch on the way to Nico Horner. Nico swings away and fouls it away. He's always been a strike thrower. Let's see if Nico can get on. 40,057 the attendance. The 0-2 fouled away by Nico. I don't think very many people at all have left.
Yeah, I would think none. You come here on a Sunday afternoon in a one-run ball game against the Yankees, where else would you rather be?
Nowhere. Now the 0-2 from Bednar. Horner hits a little looper toward left. It's going to be caught by Jones, and that's out number 1. Horner retired. Here comes Pedro Ramirez. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is The Score in the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Covering the Cubs and all of Chicago's teams on The Score middays with Rahimi, Harris, and Grody, 10 a.m. to 2 on 104.3 The Score, WSCR, WSCR FM, and HD1 Chicago, an Odyssey sports station.
Ramirez has grounded out, flied out, and struck out. 2-1 Yankees, bottom of the 9th inning, 1 away, bases empty. And the 1-0, swinging a foul back. A ball and a strike on Pedro Ramirez. His base home balls in the 7th inning last night sparked a Cubs rally. Let's see if he can get on.
He had a good swing at that last high fastball. He was looking to go deep.
And the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Bednar changed up on him through a curveball at a much slower speed than the one before. Bednar acquired at the trading deadline a year ago by the Yankees from Pittsburgh for 3 prospects. He always works from the stretch. And the 1-2. It's high for a ball, 2-2. Swanson on deck. Fans kind of quiet all of a sudden, but they'll get rowdy again if Ramirez can reach. The 2-2. Poke foul and out of play.
But he always just has good at bats. I mean, you get the game on the line, and you know he's given a good battle to one of the top closers in baseball.
Bednar with a brand new ball. Bednar works right in the middle of the pitching rubber. He's ready to bring it 2-2. Here it is. Swinging a foul back. That was 97 mph. This guy's a power pitcher, always has been.
Yeah, he's got a good, lively fastball. This high fastball, and Ramirez right on it. Fouled it straight back.
Bednar preparing for the 2-2 delivery. Inside, ball 3. Boy, if he can get on, you will really hear the crowd start to make some noise.
There you go. I think they heard you.
Fans start to stand. 3-2 the count. The pitch. Ball 4. He walked him. That is one impressive young ball player, Pedro Ramirez. He looks like he might be a big leaguer for a long time.
There's no doubt, Pat. Here's the thing. Bednar went to a breaking pitch on that last pitch, not throwing it for a strike, thinking Ramirez, with the crowd going, was going to just be in swing mode. He did not. Great at bat by Ramirez.
Here's Dansby Swanson. The pitch on the way. Swinging a foul off to the right, out of play. Outfield is deep and straight away for Dansby. He's got 16 home runs. There's been 1 home run in the game, the 2-run blow by Caballero in the Yankee third. It went to left center. He's a right-handed batter, and so is Dansby.
I thought Bednar balked, but there was time call. He came up and paused, but there was a reason. It was time called at home plate.
Ramirez, the tying run, leads at first. The stretch. And Bednar now backs away. Bednar seems a little bit agitated.
Yeah.
Their world as a closer in the big leagues full of agitation. Now the 0-1. There goes the runner. Dansby takes a strike. Throw to second. Not in time. Stolen base. Ramirez had a big jump. However, the count on Swanson now is no balls and 2 strikes.
Dansby was taking that pitch to let Ramirez steal the bag. He steals it easily. Stolen bases by the Cubs, powered by a Turo tire. Now a base hit ties the ball game.
Swanson with a count of 0-2. Dansby trying to come through. Cubs down by a run. The pitch. It's way outside. Saved by the catcher, Sanchez.
This is one of those times for Dansby now. You'd really like to see him just dial into right center and not worry about pulling the ball. You're probably not going to get a pitch inside that you can pull and hit hard. But, boy, you could shoot one the other way, you'd tie the ball game.
Now the 1-2. A bouncing ball to third. Charging is McMahon. Gloves it, throws to first in time. Holding at second is Ramirez. 2 down.
Little breaking ball to Dansby. And Michael Conforto will be the pinch hitter now for the Cubs.
He's going to be batting for Miguel Amaya. The Yankees have a scouting report on Conforto. And the catcher Sanchez runs out to discuss their plan of attack against the left-handed batter.
Michael Conforto with 4 pinch hit home runs this season for the Cubs, and that is tied a franchise record. Be a pretty good time to break that franchise record right now.
I can't think of a better one. Ramirez, the tying run down at second base. The outfield is deep. The Cubs trail 2-1. Bottom of the 9th inning, 2 down. Conforto takes a strike. Conforto didn't like that call by Scott Berry, and he's going to challenge. It looked like it was very close to the outside corner, and it was a ball.
Big challenge by Conforto. Ball strike challenge sponsored by Northwestern Medicine. Conforto needs a pitch inner half, Pat, that he can turn on and hit one out of here.
It's 1-0. Here's the pitch. Off speed, called strike. 1-1. Bednar looks calm on the mound as he plants the right foot. Looks in for the sign. Gets it. And now the 1-1 stretch. The pitch. Conforto swings and fouls it. And now the Cubs are down to their last strike.
A split finger from Bednar. That's a tough pitch for a pinch hitter because you're geared up for the fastball, and that's what it looks like, and it feels like the ball never gets to you.
These fans offering every possible ounce of support. Conforto waits for the 1-2 pitch. Here it is. Strike 3 called, and the ball game is over. Conforto called out on strikes. And the Yankees win the game, and they win the series 2 out of 3. They beat the Cubs today 2-1. And we'll be back with the totals in a moment. Yankees 2, Cubs 1. This is The Score and the Northwestern Medicine Cubs Radio Network.
Hey Chicago, this is Pete Crow Armstrong. Pat and Ron call every game here on the Chicago Cubs Radio Network.
The winning lineup for your home starts with the appliance experts at Grand Appliance. From large capacity Electrolux laundry to versatile Frigidaire kitchens, Grand Appliance brings together the brands that help your home perform like an all-star.